everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Shards of Nyrn here on Dork Tales. Whew, I'm sleepy tonight, but I'm going to be getting through. By the way, I'm your Dungeon Master. My name's Kelly. I use he and him, and folks, I'm excited to be getting back into this. Kat will not be joining us tonight because Kat is at a wedding right now. Who gets married on a Wednesday night?
It's a Tuesday night.
Oh, that's even less understandable then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Who gets married on a Tuesday?
It's
just like a weird day.
That's like getting married on a Monday almost, but worse. Because getting married on a Monday, like, I don't know, it just thinks it's just trying to piss off Garfield.
This Monday would have made sense considering it was a stat holiday.
Man, who wants to get married on Truth and Reconciliation Day? Like,
well,
woof.
It is not in and of itself the day. It's just the day the holiday is honored for federal workers, etc. The actual day was the 30th of September.
That's fair. All right, so hello, everybody. I'm excited to get into game. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's introduce the cast real quick. Let's go around in a big circle, starting with Christine.
Hello. I am Christine. I use she, her pronouns. And for this game, I get to play Malia Sunsworn, our dwarven Tempest Cleric of Vela. I am starting to have a hard time keeping straight what races each of my characters are.
That happens when you play.
I was just thinking, being like, oh my gosh, we haven't done an intro in a while. I was like, who am I?
Oh yeah, I always have to have my character sheet up. But like last night, I almost said I was a human. Or started
You did say you were a human,
and
then you had to correct it.
I'm so used to saying that for Dragonlance.
I was going to say, it sounded so much like Dragonlance spiel. It was great.
All right, let's go over to Amy. Amy, who are you and why are you here?
Well, I didn't sign up for existential questions today, but I will be Amy today and for the foreseeable future. And my pronouns are she, her, or they, them. And I will be playing Tia Armstrong, the half-orc druid Circle of the Moon. And for some reason, I don't ever trip over that one because it's so down rote.
Yeah, right? It's like you've been doing this for almost 5 years. I have something fun to say in a minute, but all right, down to Kat. Cricket noises. Down to Winter.
Hey, that's me. I'm Winter. I play Mars, the tiefling rogue, and she also has some warlock capabilities, which is kind of fun. And I'm really excited because we leveled up. So I'm plugging in a few more things on an actual physical sheet here because I like the physical sheets.
They're way better. And last but not least, over in the corner, we have Robin. I was going to say a special guest, but you're not special guest. You're just a special. I'm leaving now.
Yeah.
It's Robin.
Yeah. Hi. Hi, I'm Robin. I use she, her pronouns. And yes, I'm slightly new to the game, but you know, I've been here for like a year now, I guess. I think it's been roughly about a year since Fadia joined the cast. But so, you know, I guess I'm somewhat new. But, you know, so I am Robin. I play Fadia Stardust, our Astral Genasi Graviturgy Wizard. Which that is a mouthful.
It is. You know what else is a mouthful? All of the candy dice that you can get at our sponsor, Bookwyrm Games. That's right, folks. We're sponsored by Bookwyrm Games, which is a wonderful Vancouver area proprietor of Dice Tea, as well as trinkets, game-in-a-boxes, and more, including gaming tables, coming straight to you soon. That's right, they're doing gaming tables at a fraction of the price of other market competitors. Customize your gaming table, have a fantastic game night at your table where you can roll more than 170 different sets of dice from Bookwyrm Games, everything ranging from acrylic to resin to liquid core and gemstone. They even have wood dice, which are surprisingly light, and I love them. But I'm saving up for a special present for myself to get those because they're really nice and I want wooden dice. Put that on the note, anybody who's listening. I want wooden dice. I want like those purple heart ones. Those look really nice. But besides that, you can also go there right now and use code DorkTales to save 10%. It is a fantastic deal and they ship pretty much anywhere. So go check out Bookwyrm Games today. They're a wonderful sponsor and you are wonderful too. You might as well be simpatico and get some wonderful dice for your wonderful self. Thank you, Bookwyrm Games. I also wanted to say that it is getting cold outside. That's right, you need some coffee. Just like I do to stay awake, you need some coffee from Bones Coffee, where you can get an assortment of flavors. Bones Coffee gives us a portion of every sale that you make using code DorkTales, which saves you 20%. So definitely go Bones Coffee. You can get Indiana Jones coffee. You can get Spider-Man coffee, which is actually really good. The only thing I would not recommend is the pistachio flavor. Didn't love it. Didn't love it. Robin, you had some of that too. You didn't love it. It was all right.
It's in my freezer for my mom because she
your
likes
mom
it,
really likes it. So buy it for your mom for Christmas maybe. But use code DorkTales.
She likes pistachios.
It doesn't taste like pistachios. It tastes like spite. But that's okay. Your mom's full of spite, right?
Oof.
Woof.
Oof.
Woof. No. Who knows?
No comment.
No comment. Also, the last two announcements that I have to make is Extra Life 2023, the official Prime version. That's right, it's Prime Day. No, but it is Amazon Prime. It is almost time for Extra Life Prime, which is happening on November 3rd, 4th, and 5th this year. And it's going to be at least 14 games that we're running right then that are going to be fantastic. They're going to be a way for us to raise money for the Children's Miracle Network. I'm reminded of this because I see that Ravnos Archon has just raided us, and Ravnos Archon is going to be running a game for that, if I'm not mistaken. Thank you very much, Ravnos. Good to see you in the chat, buddy. Look forward to playing more games with you. You can go check out some of Ravnos' stuff on his Twitch channel, or you can check our Extra Life links over on YouTube, because he was in a few of them. Besides that, the last thing I have to announce, and Kat's not here to be reminded of this, November 28th falls on a Tuesday this year. Do you guys know what November 28th is? It's Shards of Nyrn Day. That's right. This
and
is going to be...
it's the day before my birthday.
It is, and it's our 5th anniversary.
Woo!
We have been playing Shards of Nyrn for 5 years as of next month.
Wow.
So I hope to be almost through with this damn chapter by then, or this damn season by then.
We can finally send it to kindergarten.
Yay! Be up with you! No one wants you here.
It's at least in preschool now.
It's definitely, and our humor and maturity has gone with it.
Well, yes, of course.
All right, so thank you so much to Bookwyrm Games. Go to Bookwyrm Games right now, or go to Bones Coffee right now. And besides that, thank you so much. Join our Discord. Join our Patreon. There's a lot of stuff on Patreon. I'm very sleepy. I'm going to take a drink of water, and then we're going to start.
Also, they have Kill Familiars on Bookwyrm, too.
Oh, yeah. Show me your familiar.
It's on my neck. It's
And
wrapped
not-
so many times around my neck. It's a wooden, or not wooden. It's 3D printed rose dragon. And has roses all over it.
Rose
It's very
blood.
Does it have rows of
Rose
roses?
It has rows of roses, yes. I mean, it's a single row of roses. So it's a row of roses.
All right. All right, folks. Let's begin. The Shards of Nyrn, Season 4, Episode 25, Fly by Night. You leave the lands of Rotranon behind you. Allies, a few potential enemies for your future as well. The Duchess sails northward, making your way back to Orkesh. You'll be there by the next morning. But tonight, it's just the voyage. After her encounter with Farah, Aeson goes and heads back to her quarters, saying that she's going to go meditate for a bit. Or trance. I'm fine. I'm fine, she says. I just need to go and... I'm gonna go do some shrooms and lock myself in my room.
Wait, you have shrooms?
Don't you?
No?
Sucks to be you then.
Damn. I had to go get one from a different genasi. Huh, it's right under my nose.
No, you put them in tea, but Fair. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye, Z. And she flounces off to her room, leaving the lot of you and Cadmus aboard. Cadmus hanging out on the deck, trying to do a little bit of tuning of Duchess's focusing crystal, while the ship itself argues with him. I don't believe you're calibrating me right. I know exactly what I'm doing. It's fine, we're heading north. So, all I need to do is recalibrate your mana bulbulator. That's not even a thing. Sure it is. It's what I named it. What are you all doing during this?
So I think at some point Tia's gonna go seek out Malia to catch her up on some conversations that were had in Malia's absence. Which
Okay.
I'm gonna need some reminders of what exactly was said, because I think there's a bit of uncertainty on what actually happened.
Sure. You can ask me any questions.
The main one being my understanding and Tia's understanding was that Malia's dad is dead and no one told Malia.
He is not dead. He
Okay.
is badly hurt and likely paraplegic.
Okay. Good. Thank you for clarifying that, because that was the point I wasn't certain about, if it had gotten to the point of... Okay.
No, he damaged his back and now is unable to work. So at the very least, he is not capable of walking or lifting things anymore.
Yeah. So, okay. Yeah, so Tia's gonna try and muddle through what she remembers from that conversation to just, check in with Malia and make sure that, Malia's not left in the dark if things weren't being communicated.
Sure. So, pulling Malia aside inside of the Duchess, you can find her in the mess hall. What are you doing, Malia?
I think probably just having, because we've just kind of gotten underway, right? So probably putting stuff away, just getting settled back in for a longish trip.
So Tia is going to come up to you as you are restocking the pantry, making sure that everything's in order, seeing what has been pilfered in the time away and what has been restocked. And let's actually see how well stocked you are. Actually, you know what? You're down to quite a few of your snack foods, but overall, I'd say you're at about 2/3 stock.
Alright, that's not too bad.
It really isn't. Could be worse.
Hey, Malia. You need a hand with anything?
I would like to insight roll this.
Okay.
Excellent.
I feel like Tia has a way of talking, and that is not it. 23.
There's something wrong.
Alright, out with it.
With
Mally's gonna side-eye you, then turn to look at you and be like, what's wrong?
Right. So, did you manage to have any good conversations with your sister while we were there? Other than your big fight, scuffle thing?
We did have a drink afterwards.
Right. And did she... So she filled you in on what's been going on at home?
I have a feeling it's a no.
Yeah. So, when was the last time you really heard from your family about stuff? About your brewery? Even like a quick sending? Anything?
Not really, no. They haven't really bothered to contact me. I've been sending stuff back, but...
Well, you're...
I mean, we move around a lot. Don't really know where we're going, right?
Yeah. So it sounds like some of your sister's hostility was coming from the fact that the brewery isn't really in yours anymore, or it's your uncle's or something, because your father isn't really able to work anymore. It sounds like there was some sort of accident, or he hurt his back somehow. I have no idea why she wouldn't tell you that.
Malia's just gonna have gone very quiet.
I just figured that if you didn't know, you should know.
One sec, I just have to check something real quick.
I love that people are buying drama bombs. It's like, wow, I don't think we're gonna need it. But good.
Okay. I think Malia is going to send a sending to her sister and be like, "You're fucking magic. You couldn't think of getting somebody to send me a fucking message through sending?"
Is that the entirety of your message?
I think that's about how much she can fit into it. Maybe a little bit of like, you know damn well Mom wouldn't have.
A long pause. And then 3 words. Checkmark scene. She's left you on red.
Don't let you go and do that while sending, but sure.
You can say checkmark heard. Checkmark heard then.
Mally's just gonna go stomping off, muttering under her breath.
Honestly, I guess that went about as well as I could have anticipated.
The stomping footsteps careen down the hallway like tiny elephants on parade. The huge dwarven footfalls crashing outside of Fadia's room. Fadia, what are you doing?
So I think... So I forget at the beginning when Fadia joined, was there an extra room, or was Fadia in Farah's old room?
You were not in
She was told
Farah's
not to
old
touch
room.
the hats.
Actually, I don't remember. Does anybody else?
Because I seem to remember her being in Farah's room, but told not to touch the closet and the hats. But then it was said something else last game, so then I got confused. I was like,
I
did
have
I
a
hear it wrong?
sneaking suspicion there weren't that many rooms on the Duchess.
I think there are only like 6.
Yeah, so I think...
Yeah. There weren't many rooms, but I think we did, like, protect the closet of stuff and left that basically
Yeah,
untouched? Or did Aeson move... Did Aeson move into the room? No?
Aeson kept her own room because she tried to grab the big room.
Okay.
So yeah, I guess
I can't really remember now what actually happened in that moment.
I can't remember, but I'm spending a drama bomb to make it official. You've been staying in Farah's room with the closet off limits.
Yeah. That's what I thought. That's what I thought she had. Because it just makes this whole Fadia Farah replacement thing just perfect. So I think Fadia's not in her room, because I think what she does is she goes into Farah's room, and after that whole interaction is just like feeling very much like the 2-bit Farah replacement. And with her coming back, Fadia's just kind of a little lost. So I think she's actually going to be just going over her spell book, kind of on the deck of the ship, kind of not knowing where she feels welcome right now.
Fair. Nearby, you're going to hear the clanging and banging of Cadmus as he tries to tighten something inside of the ship's center console. Ah, stupid. Backing. What? If I connect that wire to this wire, magical tinkering go at an 11. That's probably could be a little better. Clank, clank, clank. Oi, Fadia. Oi, lass, can you hand me the 10mm? It's just out of my reach.
Yeah, and she will cast Mage Hand and...
Hey, what are you doing?
Spectral. What?
That's not the right one. The 10 dwarven millimeters. That one. That was the human millimeter. I've been refitting the ship. Edagon spruced this thing up from where he got it originally.
Difference?
It's better. It's tighter. And it's hexagonal.
Oh.
All dwarves know that hexagons are better than squares by 50%.
I mean, that makes sense. It's 6 sides versus 4 sides.
Ah, you've got it. See, this is why you're not a human. Humans built this ship. Stupid humans. Are you saying that I am stupid? The ship will kind of blink. No, I'm not saying you're stupid. I'm saying the people that built you're stupid. By the transitive property, the apple does not fall far from the tree. Well, let's hope you don't fall again.
Again?
We kind of had a little bit of a crash landing when we were, weren't you with us then? I thought you were with us when we went to... I guess you weren't when we went to Valimar. The floating islands. Hey. Sorry, it feels like you've been with us for a long time. I guess that was the blonde one.
Yeah. Well, maybe she can join you guys again soon.
Yeah, probably not. She's off with that red-headed ponce.
Yeah, but she seems to care. For
Of course
all
she
of you
does.
guys.
Yeah, that's what friends do. The wrench?
Oh, yeah, sorry. Here, and she'll actually go
that's the
physically
right
pick
one.
it up and pass it.
You know, I gotta say, I'm glad I've got you around. You speak a lot of languages. It's useful.
When you've had 3,000 stuck studying, you kind of pick up a few extra.
I think it's kind of nice, actually. Because, I mean, we're used to having people around, right? Like, talking about Farah. She's been around for, what is it? Like 13,000 years. But she was asleep almost the entire time. No lived work experience. I mean, you're a student. That's boring as shite. But at least it's something.
I wanted to be an archaeologist.
What are you going to do with the ships? You saying that you've studied ships? Because you've been studying arcs.
No. Like, arcs. Like...
Well, if you know how to help with ships, come and help me out over here, woman. You're a woman,
sure.
right?
Yes.
Sorry, I just realized I never asked.
Yeah, I'm a female woman.
Yeah, that's usually the type of woman that's female. Not always.
Not necessarily.
Yeah, I'd say like, 8 out of 10 times. I guess that would be 4 out of 5 times. I really got a read.
Yeah, let me see what I can do. Can I make a history roll on this ship?
Make me a history roll. You can make an arcana roll. What do you want to take?
Both are the same for me. I think depending on if the ship... I think she's looking for more like, does she recognize this style of ship from her studies or like reading adventure stuff? So I think that might be more history based.
Mm-hmm. Sure, do it.
That's gonna be a 25.
A 25? So with 25, what you are going to know, now most of the inventions that came, the sky ships of modern make, are ones that are reflected by some of the ancient sky ships that were built during the Age of Woe. Those were more warships, with elementals bound into their gears, air elementals to help them stay aloft, lightning elementals to cast down lightning on their foes, fire elementals to ignite furnaces and flesh alike. This seems a bit more peaceful. The spells seem a bit more humane. But the principles are probably similar. Different types of spells or elementals bound in for different protections. Some type of arcane intelligence bound at the helm. The creature, the thing that calls itself the Duchess, is obviously some type of sentient thing.
Huh. I think this ship is a little after my time, actually.
Ah, that's a change.
How old is this?
I don't know. Less than 500 years. I think Edagon's had it for about at least 150 years. But I know they didn't have it when they sealed Nyrn. Would have made things a bit too easy. I hear you won it in a game of dragon chess. Maybe it was Queen's Cross.
Huh.
You're welcome to come and take a look at it with me.
Yeah.
So long as the Duchess doesn't mind you looking under her skirt. By all
Duchess,
means.
may I have a look?
By all means. Just warm your hands first. Ha ha ha. I've been trying
Fadia
to...
will. She won't necessarily have flames. I don't think she has to produce flame as a cantrip, but she has a shocking grasp, so she'll kind of like have electricity kind of spark on her fingers a little bit.
Much better. And as Cadamus pulls a panel open and says, "Come here, I'll show you how this works." So, as far as I understand, it looks like there's a mana conversion array here that feeds directly into the Duchess through some type of neural network. Now, how that works using these crystals is beyond me. But I mean, I hear that you're quite the crystal specialist.
Yeah, do you mind if I
No,
take
I
a
just don't
closer look?
rearrange anything.
Of course not.
This is the problem with the Duchess. She doesn't know what's under her own hood.
Do we really know what's under our own hoods?
No, I suppose
haven't
that's why we
quite
have friends.
taken-
They can see stuff that we don't. His mustache.
Fade is gonna give. Yeah, Fade is gonna give him a look.
His mustache will twitch up in a little bit of a smile. He's got these big brown chocolatey eyes. He's just gonna kind of give you a little like good-natured wink.
Mm-hmm.
Pat you on the shoulder. I still don't have that wrench, though, and he's gonna slide back under the panel.
It's right here, and she's gonna walk over and grab the wrench and then bring it back.
Okay. And as you approach and look under, you're going to see something that's going to catch you a bit off guard. Beneath the panel, the basics of the technology are the same, although the final result is far different. But the basics are similar to the technology that your people used. The Genasi that scavenged what they could from the Age of Woe. And I'm going to give you a little while to focus on that. On the other side of the ship, Mars, what are you doing? Where are you?
She is doing what she does best. She's taking a bath.
Okay. So Mars, taking a bath as you are,
Yep.
What's your passive perception?
12.
12? Okay. So as you are kind of taking a bath, just describe what you're doing. Do you have a bubble bath going on? You've got what little non-potable water, but still like washable water there is here? Is it like a big bubble bath? Do you have any music playing off of any of the little internal magic system inside there?
How she has it set up is, besides like the bathtub, would we say like on the ship, is it footed or attached to the ground?
It's definitely footed. The feet are bolted in, but it's footed.
Nice. Okay, cool. So there's the aroma of like lilacs in this room. But it's really, really dark, and even if there were windows, she has blinds that are closing it off so that there's lots of candles around. The candles themselves are maybe used with her thaumaturgy, so they're purple.
Nice.
So it's a very mellow sort of room, but it's quiet. And there are bubbles,
Okay.
and that's the only sound that you could really hear if you're listening, is just a little... every once in a while.
As you were doing that, you were going to hear a noise. You're going to kind of like, you're luxuriating in the bath, which is far hotter than a human could have used.
Yeah, it's like boiling water.
This is like pasta making water, right? Like this would scald a human's flesh off, but for you, it's
We're going
just
el dente.
You're going al dente, baby. So you slide under the water, your hair becomes luxurious. It's just kind of cascading down your back. You're enjoying that kind of tickling feeling where you kind of lean back in the bath and the water gets just inside your ear and does that tickle.
Yeah, she especially likes just like having her ears underneath the water so that you have that, like, everything is kind of hollowed out sound around you if there are noises happening throughout the ship.
And you are going to hear, besides the sound of the ship just rattling and moving about you, you're going to hear the sound of wiping a mirror.
She will kind of like push herself up in the water and look towards the sound's direction.
You look toward the sound's direction, and you'll see there is a little patch of mirror. The mirror is entirely steamed up in the room across from you. It's not a very huge, large bathroom, being on a ship as it is. But make me a perception roll.
Oh, boy. Oh, that was a nice number. It's gonna be a 19.
Okay. As you look over, you are going to see a pair of yellow eyes looking out from the mirror. There's a little swath about 2 inches wide where the mirror has been cleared of fog, and a pair of slitted yellow eyes are looking out at you from the mirror.
She'll kind of like tilt her head at it, and I'm trying to think of the word, but like set herself on her elbows on the side of the tub and be like, who goes there?
Ah, yes, mistress, might I enter? You'll hear kind of echo hollowly through the side like it's in another room. Mistress, may I enter?
Yes, you may.
So you'll hear as the mirror completely opens up, and this small demonic shape that you will recognize, these little horns, this kind of quasit-like face, this long, skinny body with this kind of pot belly, but the rest of his long gangly, almost like Kermit the Frog shaped, is going to
It's like a Kermit the Frog and like Mushu.
A little bit. You will remember this one is the one that came to you not that long ago. Is going to tumble through the mirror and is going to just land on the floor in a heap with a... Ow! Mistress!
Yes?
Surakerb is here to bring you news. I bring you news, mistress.
Oh, what kind of news?
Your love, the feathered one has escaped.
He managed to escape?
He escaped his bondage.
Oh boy. How long ago?
Less than a fortnight. Soon ago. What day is it? What moon is it?
She'll tell him the date.
Ah! 2 nights ago. 2 nights ago he escaped it. He has changed lands. He has escaped from her, the princess.
The princess?
Yes. The princess of darkness.
Can you remind me of their name again?
Yes. Asmodeus's daughter. 1 moment, let me just remind myself.
Of course.
The one who shall not be named, but I shall whisper it to you. Glacia.
Do you know if he was gravely injured or was he alright? What happened?
He is trying to make his way through each of the realms. He fought and returned the Rakshasa, down to its component parts. It will take a long time for that one to reforge. He and Dempsey's make their way through the 9 circles.
Is there any idea which circle they may be in right now?
Well, he recently escaped a tryst that Glacia, the archdevil lord of the 6th lord of Melbolge, tried to enforce upon him. I hear that Dempsey's was caught in her web for some time. If you want to make me a religion roll, you may. To know.
I will see how much I can follow along. 15.
15? You will know that Glacia is the queen of the succubi. So if you were going to be jealous of somebody, this would be it.
Okay.
I will just casually drop a link to a photo of her for you real quick. There you go. Does that work? Yeah, it does. So there's a photo. We're talking long red hair, bronze skin,
I hate her. My boy, leave him alone.
I like it when you're jealous of other characters. It's fun.
It is. Okay,
Nice.
cool.
Yes.
And you were
He
saying
wa-
the 6th circle?
Yes, he works his way up now through the 5th. Stygia. Stygia, yes, the frozen wastes. He is there with Levistus.
Was he able to escape with Dempsey's? Are they together?
I do not know. I do not know.
Well,
But I
thank
hear
you
him.
for...
I hear him
Telling me.
call and weep for you, my lady, my mistress, daughter of Nyrn. I can convey a message to him for you.
Would you take a letter?
Yes.
Would it survive where it's going?
Yes, I have a special pockets. I has pockets.
Right, if you look... over in that drawer over there next to the bedside, there's a quill, some ink, and parchment. Can you bring me here?
Of course, of course, of course.
He will scuttle forward, open up the drawer, and bring the supplies over to you.
Oh, and I need something to write on. Maybe the breakfast tray over there. I'll just move the stuff off of it.
Yes, of course, of course. Yes, you
Thank
may.
you. All right, and she'll start writing, and Kelly, what I'll do is I'll actually send you the letter
Okay.
stuff
Please do.
after. And she'll, at one point, she'll like look at it and be like, ah, and scribble part of it off, and then she'll fix it.
Okay. Many drafts later.
And you'll be sure that he gets this.
Yes, I swear. Though I will need to bring it to him inside of the 5th lair. I will require something
Something. What would you need?
to get it to Stygia. It is quite cold, my lady.
What could I give you from this realm that would be able to help you there?
You are the daughter of Nyrn. A drop of blood should be sufficient, suffused with your hellfire.
Yeah, sure, why not? I'll just do that. Sure. Okay. Well, now from where the breakfast tray was, there is a knife. Can you bring that to me?
Yes, of course, mistress.
It tumbles away, coming back with the knife.
Oh! Ah, the blade is silver.
It dances around, trying not to touch it.
Oh, ah, oh, ah, oh. Mistress is frozen in her tracks. Ah, mistress has ducked under the water to clean herself, to prepare herself for the blessed ritual.
I don't know where Winter went.
Oh boy.
Oh, this guy better go, though. I can't do this voice all night.
He's great. I love him so much.
He reminds me of a certain character from Baldur's Gate, just a little bit.
Ah,
but like
yes,
definitely more
perhaps.
Mushu. And Kermit is making it a very weird mix.
Ah, mistress, I thought you'd left us. Welcome back.
Me too. Oh,
I'm leaving
I
this
think
in the
it's getting-
final edit.
Yeah. Ooh, maybe this water's much warmer than I thought it was. I almost fainted. Okay.
Oh, don't faint.
So yes, I need a.
Yes, I have it for you here. Please take it.
Thank
It's
you.
silver. It's very uncomfortable. Yeah.
He'll drop it on the tray.
Oh,
Perfect. Okay. And the vial, he was able. That's what I was trying to say before I got
oh,
lost.
yes.
That
the
bag over
vial,
there.
vial. I'll bring it. You vial.
Just pluck it and bring it.
Okay. Perfect. So she'll scoop some up and be like, how do I infuse? Okay, give me a second. Give me a second here.
I have nothing better to do, mistress. I am at your command.
She will hold on to it and just like try to channel maybe some of the like thaumaturgy fire that like she would think in her head that's just like connected to her soul, blah 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 blah, and kind of like try to make it boil the blood. a little bit.
Make me a charisma roll.
Ooh, charisma.
You're a
do
warlock.
love it.
Let's see you do it.
Yeah, let's see if this works. Come on, charisma. Ooh, that's a 19 plus 4,
Okay.
baby.
Okay, so you are going to slice your finger and just pinch it and will it, and this boiling blood is going to drip from your finger.
All right, and she'll collect it up, and then very quickly she'll close it to keep the warmth inside it as long as possible. She's like, I don't know.
I will wear this on a thong around my neck and protect me as I venture into Stygia. Do not worry, mistress, I shan't read the letter. Not for my
Very good.
eyes.
And if you do, I will eat you.
Oh, promises, promises, mistress.
Promises.
Oh! Understood. Thank you, mistress. I shall go ahead then.
Wait, before you go.
Yes?
And she'll like reach over again to like towards the bed from her bath and be like, here, you can have this bread. I didn't like it that much, but you can have it.
Bread?
Bread.
It's been some time since someone has made an offering of food to me.
I don't want it to go to waste. Plus it was a little stale, but oh well, that's not right. And enjoy.
I will. Thank you, mistress. Be well, be safe. A storm is coming.
A storm, you say?
And he will vanish in a puff of brimstone. And as you're sitting there, Tia, you're going to be in the hallway kind of trying to figure out what to do with the rest of your night. And from the bathroom that Mars is in, you are going to catch this whiff, and you're pretty sure that Mars is having like intestinal distress because that smell of sulfur is coming out hard.
I think Tia's just gonna kind of like try and wave it away from her nose, and we'll just carry on.
I
not
love
gonna say
that.
anything.
That would be like taking like a Febreze after you have a time in the bathroom where you fought for your life. That's what the lilac's trying to do.
All right. So what are you up to there, Tia? You're out in the hallway. Ah, my voice feels so much better now.
Oh, I don't know. I think Tia's kind of at a loss of what to do because like Mars is having a bath and Mally just stomped off, and that's super awkward, and looks like Fady is busy doing stuff helping Catamus, who's, I guess it's time to go check on her rats. Make sure they've been doing okay.
Your rats are doing exercises in your room.
Awesome.
And as you enter, they kind of look up at you. And then are just going to stand and stare at you for a moment.
Have they done that before?
Not quite like this.
Okay.
They stare at you, unblinking for a moment. And then one of them is going to open its mouth and say in common to you. Pardon me, no. It's going to say in Elven to you. It has been some time since you have fulfilled your destiny. Tia of the Strong Arm. You do not seek your destiny. Why do you avoid the crown? The next will speak. Why?
Tia's gonna go grab the thorn of Arcadia.
The blade is glowing beneath its wraps. You waste your time with
the rats.
I tired of trying to speak into your insipid, orc-tainted mind. Your blood has been sullied and muddied like a dense forest canopy. I long for the purity that once came before, but I am stuck with you.
Yeah, and
And you are stuck with me.
I don't know that I particularly like your tone.
I grow tired of waiting.
It's not time yet. You've expressed what you're...
When then? When will it be time for you to take what is yours?
I don't know, just not now.
Are you not the queen that was foreseen?
Perhaps. But I'll be the queen that's here. I have things to do first.
Meanwhile, your people suffer. They are refugees in a world that they do not control. Being led by some imposter. An Arduce.
They've been led by imposters for a long time.
That does not make the indignity of the situation any better. I tried to tell your father.
As you
father's
pointed
father.
out, there is other blood in my veins. And one side does not trump the other.
History would dictate otherwise. There was quite a while when one side of you was subservient to the other.
And I will seek to not repeat those mistakes.
We built monuments with their aid. We built society on this forsaken rock.
And where did it get you? You're stuck with me now. And you can help me to do something great with the scales ever shifting and the world in the balance where you can be selfish.
What is
and
great about
focus
this
on-
world?
It's the world
There are 1,000
I live
other
in.
worlds.
and it's the one I'm in. So forgive me if I'm invested.
Do me a favor. I want you to do me a big favor and make me a charisma check.
Oh boy.
You can use intimidation or persuasion on this.
I would love to intimidate. Please.
Okay, you may.
And cause I am who I am, I'm throwing my
Your inspiration for the game?
I'm throwing my inspiration into this.
Do it.
Okay, so for intimidation, that is in 18.
An 18?
Yeah.
The sword will glow quietly for a moment, pulsing almost in thought. I'm not certain if it is the fire in your blood born from elfish righteousness. Or perhaps something else. But I guarantee, if your mother's forebears were as passionate as you, the elves would have had a far more difficult time.
And right now, I don't care. Because I am here, and that is long dead history. Much like their god.
History never dies. Tia of the strong arm. It merely lies in wait. My creator will return. I have faith.
You call me the queen, the monarch. And yet, you still acknowledge the name I grew up with. What does that say?
What would you have me call you then? Queen of the Elves.
It's just curious. But you're right. I am Tia Armstrong.
Then you have passed this test tonight. Squeak? The rat will look up at you. Squeak? Squeak.
Tia's gonna look around and check to make sure the door was closed, because she did not think to do that before. And she was just having a very serious argument with some rats.
Malia, if you were paying attention, you have enough passive perception to have heard that.
I think Malia is too focused on essentially having a conversation with herself / arguing with her sister under her breath to be paying attention to anything else right now.
Okay. And as you are sitting in your room, Malia, having that conversation with yourself, kind of running through the argument in your head, is there anything else you're doing?
I feel like once she settles down enough from her initial, just anger and irritation at the situation for blaming her while not letting her know. I feel like she's gonna pray to Vela.
Okay. Are you doing divine
Whether
intervention?
or not that might take the route of divine intervention
Okay.
to ask for guidance, etc., or just straight up prayer, I leave up to you.
It's up to you. If you want to do divine intervention, you may. You'll have to roll for it.
I mean, that might be fun. Try for it.
Okay. If you want to call in on this, you may.
I think basically asking for guidance type thing in the midst of prayer.
Hold on one moment. Oh, here we go. Third time. All right. So Christine, if you're going to be doing this, I would like you to make me a roll. It is going to be, I can never find it off the top of my head. It is destroy undead, channel divinity, divine intervention. You are going to roll.
To roll 14 or under on percentiles.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay.
Did not manage this time.
You did not? Okay. First time failure. What'd you roll?
63.
63? Okay. All right.
But
So
I think more just for flavor in that she's essentially just praying to Vela for guidance, etc. For help for her parents type thing.
make me a religion roll to see how well you can pray.
Uh, 19.
19? You say some of Vela's hymns, prayers to reach out. And you find a little bit of solace. The hard choices are never the easy ones. And some of that is definitely in Baelish Creed. You think back to your training. Do you remember the name of your mentor there at the Temple of Vela?
Oh God!
Was that in your character background?
No.
What race were they? Human, elf, dwarf, halfling, gnome?
Let's go with gnome.
Male or female?
Yeah, I think we never
or
actually
non-binary.
find a mentor.
Male or female style name?
Let's go with female.
Okay. I'm just going to
Was
list
this
some
person
names.
apart from Viceland?
Yep, totally.
Okay. Because I remember that Malia hung out with him a lot when she was being... I can't remember what the word is, like, basically...
Ordained.
Yeah, ordained. So they hung
Ordained.
out a bit.
Yeah, after that, absolutely.
Yeah.
Up to a level of, like, priesthood, but she was a cleric before that.
That's true.
Before she met him.
Good times.
All right.
Thanks, girl.
So, do you have a name?
Maybe Rosina?
Rosina?
It's one of the first ones I recognized on the list that I thought I could pronounce.
Okay, Mother Rosina. You'll remember back to your training at the Temple of Vela. Mother Rosina was always keeping a close eye on you. The first year was actually quite hard on you. How old was she, ballpark, when she went for her training? 10? I'm saying in rough dwarven equivalents. Was she still a child? Was she a preteen?
Yeah, I think so. Probably around the preteen sort of age.
Okay. As you scrubbed the steps outside of the Temple of Vela, Mother Rosina came to you. You found yourself on the verge of tears like you did on many days at first.
You've got some of the soap water on your face, dear. It's just the three of us here,
She says, casting a gaze toward the sun.
Perhaps we should speak for a moment. You've been here 10 months now?
She says, sliding in next to you on the freshly washed steps, the bristled scrub brush still in your right hand, the bucket of foaming, now cold water, full of impurities that you've scrubbed off the steps, reflecting up your teary face.
Aye, what of it?
I found that when I first came here, I'm much more sensitive. I know a dwarf would never do such a thing, but I found, even for the first 3 years that I was here, I was struck by moments of melancholy and sadness. It was the first time I'd ever been away from my family. They were farmers. Mushroom farmers. Up near Dragon's Reach. The bridge. Drakehold area. Wonderful, wonderful. Fields of dripping jamberry mushrooms. Beautiful and fragrant. As well as lion's mane caps. Ettercap gills. I miss it. But, like you, I was born with the eyes of the sun and moon. And so I came here. It was the right choice. How many siblings do you have?
Just one.
Do you miss her?
No.
Yes, I didn't miss my brothers either. I have 4. I was the second youngest. I'll never forget when I was leaving Kurtzebald, my younger brother, the youngest brother, and I had a bit of a falling out. We were 14, 15 maybe, when he said that I should go enjoy my time at my stupid temple with my stupid goddess, and he would enjoy being there, raising mushrooms and getting rich off them. And all I could think to say at the time was, enjoy standing a foot deep in donkey shit. I forget about that a lot of the time, how bad the mushroom den smelled. Mushrooms grow the best in excrement, after all. It's very nutritious, in rot and other things like that. It's funny. But when I think about the mushroom fields, all I think about is the variety, the beauty of it. I think that he probably felt the same way about me, coming here, wearing this pretty white and gold robe, having my hair combed and presented to give sermons, and walking these pristine steps that he saw when my parents dropped me off. Living a life of leisure. I don't think he thinks that I scrubbed these steps for nearly a decade. What's your favorite subject? Hymns? Exorcism? Blessings? Prayer?
Combat.
Combat, yes. He would have been quite jealous to see that. I think he was quite jealous at all of the, well, the pretty gnomes that were around here as well. I guess what I'm saying is, it's easy to focus on the good things that other people have, while forgetting the trouble that they have to go through for them. We all carry a burden. Missing your family is yours. But I'm sure they miss you just as much. However, what we do here is important. And I want you to think about this. Honestly and truly, your year's coming up. And if you want, you're welcome to leave your year. To become a lay priestess. Or you can commit yourself fully and become a full priestess of Vela, like I did, and like so many before us did. There is a place for a lay priest in the community. Someone who can preach the word of Vela and bring all manner of light and justice, especially were you to seek the root of a holy martial art. Become a paladin, become a knight. I'm sure there are dwarven knights. Think about it. Just remember, though, we all pay a cost for the good things in our lives.
What is yours? For even Vela cannot shine down upon us every day, much as the storms that she brings cannot be every day as well. There is balance in what she does here. Not like her sister. There's a reason that she has been put away. Darkness is hungry. And selfish. She looks at you, seeing if you'll say anything.
I think Malia probably just looks a little like trying not to focus on it a little, but also kind of like taking what she's saying. But instead of addressing anything like that, because she's not going to admit that she's crying or has been. Do I really have to spend 10 years scrubbing stairs?
Yeah, if you keep scrubbing them this way, only 9. You missed a spot. Finish this column up. Mealtime is in half an hour.
Kind of sulkily scrubbing stairs.
Good. Good girl. She pats you on the shoulder and heads back into the temple. And that is a memory that comes unbidden to your mind as you sit there praying. Perhaps Vela didn't immediately reach out to you. Or maybe she did. Are you doing anything else or just meditating on that for a bit?
I think she'll just kind of think on that for a bit and try and decide what she can do or should do.
Sounds good. Outside, Fadia, you'll hear crackling overhead. A large storm cloud is building, and the Duchess plunges its way through it. The dampeners keep most of the moisture off the deck. Only a little light misting, like walking through a produce aisle, is what you'll be feeling here. Not enough to make anything slick. But the lightning buffets the side of the ship's dampeners. Cadamus looks up at you. Aye, so what do you think? Is there anything else to be done here?
I think you've done a very good job. Honestly, I think the ship has some parts that are a bit older than that you might have been led to believe.
You think so? As old as you?
Then they're ancient.
It's okay, you look good for your age, Gremmel.
Oh, thank you. Respect your elders. I am older than you.
It's true. I respect you a bit more when you grow a beard.
I don't know if I can grow a beard.
Thought you were a wizard.
I never tried. I mean, I guess I could.
What's the point of being a wizard if you can't grow a beard?
And then all of a sudden she's gonna like stroke her chin a couple times, then all of a sudden she's gonna cast minor illusion, and suddenly she's gonna have this long like blue beard show up. Oh, I was getting there.
Ah, you're almost a pirate.
I mean,
Good for you.
She'll change her hat with minor illusion into like the big swoopy like captain pirate hat with a huge feather in it.
And with that, he's going to pat your arm and say, Stay away from doing weird things with hats. That was the last one. You're special.
Oh, right. Scarves, necklaces, shoes.
Maybe. I'm going to try something. Hold the panel open until I do so, okay?
Sure.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Trust me, when I do it, you'll know.
Okay.
And he's going to head back inside of the bulk, leaving you outside with the buffering of the wind and the storm. And then something is going to happen. There's going to be a crack of lightning, a bolt of lightning, bright purple, that is going to split the air in front of you. It's going to come down like a tidal wave. Just and then another is going to lurch up from beneath the ship. And the air in front of you is going to sizzle like it's being lit on fire. And I need you to do me a favor. Can you make me a con save?
Uh-huh.
Oh wait, I have something for this. What am I doing? What am I doing? 1 second. Raw. There's going to be a sudden... as the air in front of you splits, this ripping noise fills the air. What's your con save?
16.
16, you are going to feel yourself shaken by this, but are going to mostly hold yourself together. It's going to shudder your entire body, though, and then you're going to feel this strange discombobulation as the ship passes through this crackle in the air.
Cadamus? Was that you? Is this it?
The world around you is going to fade, becoming grayer and grayer. And you can see in the distance, in the darkness, there's another ship that you're coming up on. You think you might be colliding. The ship is adrift in the air. Another skyship, just like yours, floats ahead of
Does
you.
it look like ours?
Make me a perception roll.
Not too bad. That's a 17.
17. The ship ahead of you, its canvas is torn. Its hull is punctured. There are so many places along the side of it where the wood has been splintered by ballista or fire or things unimaginable. But as your ship drifts closer, there is no mistaking it. The derelict ghost ship floating ahead of you is the Duchess. And I think that's where we're going to take our break.
Whoa. What?
Don't go anywhere, folks.
Bullshit is this?
We'll be right back after this quick break. Bye. Hello, everyone. This is the time for the program, where with the time of the program where we're going to talk to you, the chat. Hello, everyone. Hope you're doing well. We're going to have Kat joining us in just a minute, but she's getting unmade from a wedding she was just at. So this is the kind of commitment we bring to you on Dork Tales. So quick reminder, if you're not already on the Patreon, head to patreon.com/dorktales. Or alternatively, look at our lovely own Amy, Queen of the Elves, posing with their Dork Tales mug, which you can get at our TeePublic store. Or Redbubble. And what's the difference, you might ask? Redbubble stuff is more expensive, but it lasts longer. TeePublic stuff is cheaper, but it falls apart quicker. There you go. That's honestly the truth. I get most of my stuff, this shirt, from TeePublic.
See, I found it's the opposite.
What the?
My TeePublic stuff has lasted way longer than the Redbubble shirt I have.
You know my big problem? It's that the Devil and the Dove shirt falls apart really quickly. Because it's just
still
words.
Fine.
Why is yours still fine? Mine is crap now. I need to get it fixed.
I don't know. Do you throw yours in the dryer? Because I don't throw my shirts in the dryer.
No, I hang all of my clothes. I hang not all of them.
I don't know.
Correction, I hang all your shirts.
I hang some. Shut up. I hang them sometimes.
And yes, I do hang all the t-shirts because those pictures come off too easy.
Oh, I thought you were leaning over to, like, grab stuff off the ground to prove me wrong, Robin.
What?
Now that Solomon is wearing her Furbomination shirt. Good, good, good. Folks, if you have any suggestions for... I need to ask a quick question. How do you guys feel about me running a Dungeons Against Humanity game for Extra Life?
That sounds pretty cool.
So basically, I run
ridiculous.
Cards Against Humanity's D&D.
Mm-hmm.
Where
Yeah, it's just you pick white cards for encounters.
All right, so
Right?
are you or I forget how you do it, or you use black cards? Hold on. So I'm on their website right
No,
now.
I thought you don't use black card. Yeah, I was gonna say I thought you don't use. I thought you just use the white cards.
How to use Cards Against Humanity for D&D. Oh, somebody did it. Incorporating these weapons are 30 face down white cards. Okay. How do you use black cards?
It's gonna look at see what the link, whoever. Put
Yeah,
that
you can
in
listen
the...
to the video. I can't because my sound pipes into the audience. Okay,
You could
so
probably do something similar with Super Fight too.
oh, that's true. I don't have Super Fight anymore, though. I sold it, or I gave it to you. One of the two.
You did
And
not
a
give it to me.
reminder-
Not my own.
Sorry.
What are you
A
saying?
reminder
Winter?
that we have a Halloween stream, so that's kind of cool.
That is cool.
Mhm.
Tonight's gonna be a little spooky, but
But yeah,
so yes, I
I'm-
guess the encounters that you guys are going. Oh my God, this is great. So the Big Bang, girls, sex with animals, me time, switching to Geico, and Fox News. I
I
can
would
think of ways.
almost want to do this as not an Extra Life stream. I would want to do it maybe around Halloween. Not
Maybe do it
necessarily
as
on
a-
Halloween, but
Well, I have a little. Oh, cat's restarting. I have a special surprise. I guess I could announce because we announce a lot of stuff at our Shards of Nyrn games. I'm gonna turn off the noises of steampunk though, because the creaking is making me think that there's someone in this room. So there's someone in the house. So what did you just walk into? Random? I don't know, man. We are having a special Halloween game on the 28th of this month. Our very own friend Precarious is going to be Precarious. Funkelbreck is going to run 10 candles on Dork Tales. The spooky game where everybody dies. It's going to be great.
ooh.
Yeah, it's going to be fantastic. That would make a great April 1st game. I'm not planning anything for April 1st this year. I'm just too busy. So, you know, like, there's not going to be anything special happening on April 1st, unfortunately. I'm sorry. Anyway, how are y'all doing? You're doing well tonight? You're good? The backgrounds that I have right now are kind of creeping me out with, like, the color variant.
I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to construct myself a paper mache like jack-o'-lantern head for some photo
Are you
shoot
making
stuff.
Are you making the helmet?
The helmet?
Like the jack-o'-lantern helmet from that episode of Shards?
Oh, maybe, yeah. I was just more thinking like I want to go into the pumpkin patch and take photos, but with a pumpkin head.
Fair.
I'm trying to think of like how I'm gonna put it all together because I want it to be shapely like it, but then trying to use certain things that makes it too round. So I'm putting together what's gonna make the shape of the pumpkin.
I've always said your pumpkin is too round. Your pumpkins are too round, Winter. They're just, I don't know. You take the joke how you need to take it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, I'm excited. I love Halloween. I love spooky season.
Yep.
Halloween is the best time of year, and anybody who says otherwise can fight me. I honestly am. I get really sad when it's not autumn, because I want it to be autumnal all the time.
It's so beautiful here this week because it's like the leaves are changing now, and it's just like it has that beautiful dry crispness of the fall air.
Dude,
It's
I
just been
visited
lovely
Cal
this
and I went out
week.
for coffee today, and when I drove down his side street, because he lives like in a nice area in the middle of town, the streets were all lined with like crispy leaves.
Mm.
I was like, yeah, boy. And then I got a pumpkin spice oat milk latte, and it was awful. But there was pumpkin in my muffin, which sounds perverse.
Whoa.
Do you need me to assign someone to butter your muffin? Because it's also October 3rd.
It is, yeah, I need someone to butter my muffin. And
so
let's
I'm
bring our moms
probably
back to
I'm
life.
on the other end of the scale here in that I actually really I like Halloween as a concept, but I don't enjoy it in practice.
What? Why not?
I don't know. Just,
I forgot a costume for work.
it's always been super stressful and like a lot of pressure of like you have to dress up, and then like I always feel put on the spot at the last second because I never think that I'm going to be coming up with something good enough, and then I just kind of just go with whatever, and then I'm not happy with it. So it's never something that I'm like super like thrilled with. Plus it gets super cold, and where we are here, I get because it's coast, I get the chills really easily.
And they're multiplying.
So-
Speaking of multiplying, our cast is multiplying. Boop. Refresh
So it's
cat.
the chills and never getting warm ever.
Refresh cat.
Yeah.
Why is it not-
So
why is cat
I
there?
much prefer late spring, early summer before the wasps start getting out and about. In that little window there.
Cat, you look great tonight.
Yeah, Kat is like killing it.
Thank
you're-
you.
You're like glowing.
I
It's
just
nice.
came from a wedding, so I had to look pretty.
Ugh.
On a Tuesday.
On a Tuesday.
Also, Professor Multiverse has done 2 memes in the new
Yeah, things have shifted.
forums. The
I hope people are
forums,
cool with this. I think it'll make things easier to navigate than
I think so, too.
Yeah, the other things are not gone. They've just been archived, so we can always dig things back up if we need to.
Nice. Nice. I need to trim my beard. I got like one hair that keeps going into my mouth. It's the worst.
All right, I have a very important question.
I have a very important answer.
Who is everyone romancing in Baldur's Gate right now? I need to know.
Okay, that's a great question.
Which playthrough?
Lizelle.
The one that you're enjoying the most.
Minthara, because I have murder lesbians.
Karlach.
So I have Karlach, the Emperor, and Mizora on one playthrough right now.
Okay, yeah, we don't need to know that one of those might be a spoiler. But
okay.
dude, why are the guys kind of a waste in Baldur's Gate?
I disagree
I'm
100%.
trying to get
Are you-
Asterion.
okay.
I'm trying.
Asterion doesn't even count as a guy. Asterian's just a twink.
But I like
He's
him.
just a sassy. He's a sassy.
So wait, are you
switch. I
saying
love
that
him.
like Will and Gale?
Will has? Yeah, Gale's great when you manage to
Gale
get him like.
sucks. Gale sucks.
I disagree. I think you need to do a playthrough where you spend a lot more time with Gale and you will appreciate him. No, do a playthrough as Gale. I dare you right now. Play as Gale.
Oh.
I'm throwing down the gauntlet. Do it.
No, well, how much are you gonna join the Patreon? If everybody joins the Patreon, I'll do another playthrough of Baldur's Gate. I'll have to do it from my laptop for the next week, but you know, it'll be kind of chunky, but it'll be good. It'll be fun. Everybody join the Patreon. Make me play Baldur's Gate.
When Jordan's playing and I'm on his stream, I have this like little like halfling with like bright pink hair and like Mucho Libre kind of makeup that's bright purple. And we go around pretending to be like his children, his adopted children. And so when he added Shadowheart for one session, we were just shoving her everywhere and be like, "You're not our mom."
So in my murder lesbians with their disaster bisexual besties, Shadowheart is my ex, but we're on really, really good terms, and it's really quite sweet. But I'm also definitely committing atrocities because I went Minthara route.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Astarion was like super down with the whole adventure, and you know, Shadowheart's Shadowheart, and it's a good time. In my other playthrough, so far it's been basically no one, even though the opportunities arose. Which means I need to do another playthrough.
Has anyone done Dark Urge?
Yes.
A little bit.
Yeah, that's my 3 out at once right now is on the Dark Urge.
I hear it's
playthrough has gotten nothing.
I'm having so much fun with my Dark Urge. It's so good.
The Dark Urge playthrough is basically the Malkavian playthrough in Bloodlines. It's very much the same type of vibe.
Well, it's kind of cool because you can take it different ways. It gives you flexibility to kind of like choose. Yeah. I definitely made some really horrible decisions, and Astarion had words for me about what my decision-making process was like. I believe.
Astarion.
No, I think he described watching me to make choices was akin to a Tarask mating ritual.
But there's only one Tarask.
One merely assumes towns will be destroyed in the process or something.
Oh my god.
I have never been so brutally attacked. He's my favorite. I love him.
So second half of game, brutally attack. Tia, got you.
I haven't even played Baldur's Gate yet.
You need to play it, Kat.
I've been too busy with Starfield.
Fuck off. Don't be that one.
I've been so busy with Starfield.
I hate, like, why is that cat everywhere? Starfield.
Oh my god. Okay, I get it. I was just like,
it's a space game about a big orange cat, right? Starfield.
Oh, good god.
Space lasagna.
Oh god.
Space lasagna. Space lasagna. That's a t-shirt in the making. Hold on. Space
that
lasagna.
makes me think of something.
Soul,
like,
I use the console extravagantly in Starfield. I don't have the patience to go hunting for stuff. I console myself
at least
resources because, oh well. So don't feel bad that you just started and you already cheated.
Yeah.
I'm 200 hours in and I've cheated lots.
Jesus, how do you have... This is why I never see you anymore.
This is why nobody ever sees me.
You don't even stream it.
No, I don't. I don't have the wherewithal to stream it. I can't bring my... oh god, I know. I need to change that. I should at least stream it.
At least stream it. Then you can write it off.
That's accurate. So
there's nothing as satisfying as writing off a video game because it paid for itself.
The puddle chest has been patched now, Soul.
The puddle chest?
No more puddle chest.
My brain had a derp moment, and it was like saying like, you gotta stream it so we could live vicariously through you. But my brain was just like, so we can live precariously through you.
Yeah, let's live precariously.
Precariously.
Where is precarious right now?
I mean, I can start a new playthrough if people want to watch it.
Sure. I have a quick question. So we're starting new modules soon. So Planescape is coming out. No spoilers, please. Unlike that last night, somebody came in and asked like a big spoiler about Planescape, and I'm like, you punk.
I'm so glad that my attention span is terrible. I glimpsed like a couple words and was like, oh, this is not for me. And then I forgot completely about it, except for the word spoiler.
See, see, me as a mod saw something in all caps while I was playing Baldur's Game, like, oh, something's in all caps, I need to look at it. And I'm like, well, great, cool, thanks, person.
Yeah, it's not the hugest deal, but it's, you know, it's a thing. But what other modules should we play in the near future? I've got something that's dropping in January that I've been hyping for a while, but also, like, what about, I really want to play Descent into Avernus because Baldur's Gate has got me all primed for it.
Yeah.
But...
Fair.
Oh no!
What?
Adobe just crashed.
Uh-huh.
You lose your character sheet?
I mean, I may have lost the most recent version of it because I had not saved yet, so probably.
You fool! Never trust Adobe when...
On Mondays, I've been going to a local like community center that does D&D groupings
Really?
and stuff,
Cheating
and
on
they've
us.
been playing Lamentations of the Flame Princess.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's very interesting. It's difficult, but it's interesting.
Interesting. I've heard a lot of things about its creator, but I've heard that the game is pretty hardcore.
It is, and like you have to think through things a little bit more on a survivability kind of standard. Like, are you gonna have enough food and water to last for a long trek? How many hits can you actually take before you are like proper dead? It's a brutal kind of module, but it's kind of like it is fun. It's just you have to think about your actions a lot more.
Interesting. Well, folks, Baldur's Gate is a really fun game. Thanks, Larry, and for making a good game. And as far as I know, not making it with any human right abuses. Just kind of rare to see that in a video game these days. Oh, by the way, apparently Cyberpunk's good again. They patched Cyberpunk 2077 has been patched to its full 2.0.
I think Jordan's playing that right now.
That explains the screaming we heard earlier. Apparently, it's a completely different game now. Like, it's actually the game they promised.
Mm-hmm.
Huh, so if they just gave it another 2 years, they actually were able to...
Yeah, two and a half. And Idris Elba's in the new DLC. So I think Keanu's back. So
nice.
I'll watch anything with Keanu once.
It's fair.
All right, folks, it is time for us to head back into game. It's almost as good as it should have been. That's good to know, Gargoyle. I will have to play it. I streamed it on the channel, and you got to see it crash a bunch of times, and not because of my system. That was a nice one. All right, Kat, how you doing? You have a good wedding?
Yes, it was fantastic.
Who'd you marry?
A ton of fun. Oh, so many people.
Everyone.
God. Yeah, now we all owe you a toaster.
No.
Guild Superior, how dare you raid us? Right when we're about to go back into game. All right, everybody take a drink.
Anything I should know about what's happening in game right now, or?
You went.
It's fine.
You told everybody you were going to go do mushrooms and meditate.
What?
Oh, so you're on shrooms. Just so you know.
Yeah, you're on shrooms. Don't worry about it. There's not a ghost
You'll be
version of
fine.
It's fine.
Okay, here we go, I guess.
All right, let's head back into game right now, folks. Welcome back to the Shards of Nyrn here on Dork Tales. Kat has been joining us, or has joined us for the second half of game. Welcome back, Kat. Let's do it to it. All right. Kat, as you sit in your room listening to the sound of a storm outside, you find yourself taking some time to meditate after your recent encounter with Farah and Garleon. Sipping some mushroom tea that you've made for yourself, you find a nice kind of equilibrium inside of yourself. I'd like you to do me a favor, though, and make me a Constitution save.
Coming right up. Starting off strong with a 15.
With a 15? Okay, so you're just going to be like having like a mild buzz off this. You're floating by yourself inside of your own mind, kind of meditating in your trance state, trying to process some things, getting little flashes of memory. It starts at the beginning when you were there inside of Ferris Temple, meeting her, and all of that, actually. You go through a timeline of your time together. Your hand swiping around the ceremonial elven singing bowl. The ringing inside of your head, matching the flowing, ebbing feeling between the flow of the ship moving across the landscape, the airship kind of floating across the storm. As you run the wand around the bowl, you can hear it echo up at you. And then something shivers, and you'll hear this layer of static build beneath there. And every hair on Aeson's body, of which there are very few, we determined, is going to stand up a little bit. And as you look around your cabin, you're going to notice that the color has drained from everything. What do you do?
Can I make a perception check?
Sure, absolutely.
That's gonna be an 18. Looking around to see, like, has everything like just like gone like grayscale, or does everything just kind of look dull, or?
Everything looks like the color has been sucked out of it.
Do I look like I have no color?
No.
Like if I look at clothes or anything.
You look normal.
Okay. She's gonna get up and take a look outside her door.
You're gonna hear that.
See if this.
You're gonna hear that noise in your head still. That ringing of the crystal bowl. Can you make me a wisdom save, please?
Yeah, of course. 8, 9, 10, 11.
11? It's gonna be very, very loud. Enough that it's gonna kind of distract you for a moment, and then you're gonna turn around and realize that you don't own a crystal singing bowl. And you've been sitting on the floor staring at the wall for the last hour and a half.
Okay. Maybe that tea was just a touch strong. Okay.
So you step into the hallway, and the ship's going to bank a bit. You're going to have a bit of trouble walking as you kind of shrug off the effects of this tea. As you head out into the hallway, Mars, Malia, and Tia are all going to notice this as well. The color has completely drained from the surrounding area. And the ship is shuddering.
Who turned off the purple?
Hey.
Mars will get out of her bath and like wrap herself in a towel and stuff and kind of like look around and maybe like go and open the door.
Opening the door, you'll see that your companions have stepped out into the hallway.
And to us, do we like each other in our perspectives?
You are all
look
fully
normal?
colored. You are normal.
Hey,
That's not normal.
Okay, so I'm not the only one seeing the colorless. Oh, thank. Okay, the mushrooms weren't that strong then.
Give me a second. I'm gonna go get changed.
Oh,
She'll close the door and quickly just like throw on clothing. Is the
Aeson's,
clothing
like,
black and white?
in her
or, like,
underwear right now.
Yeah, it is.
and I'll come out. Guys, look, my clothes! I know it's normally black, but the color isn't in color anymore. This is weird.
Yeah, you can see.
I was worried it was just me. Has this been happening for a while?
No, it has
Just
not.
now.
I'm gonna
Okay.
go look for the others.
That's a good idea. I might also be hallucinating things, so
That's great to have. Great.
Fadia?
Tia's gonna go head up to the deck.
Okay, so Fadia, what are you doing as you see the ship float forward?
I think Fadia's gonna run to the control panel, I guess. I was gonna say.
Okay.
I mean, I guess it's also the helm.
It is the
And
helm.
shouting for Cadamus.
There's no response. You knew he was going under deck into some of the guts of the ship, so it might be hard to reach him. The door is going to fly open behind it, and you'll see Tia looking out at you. Tia, looking out, you can see that you are in a vast cloud. A mix of grayscale and purple sky, glittering through massive, like Oort clouds. And directly in front of you, you are drifting toward another ship.
I think Tia's gonna sort of abruptly. I think she was running, and then will abruptly slow down and like start kind of approach the edge of the deck more slowly.
Have you seen? Did you see Cadamus? Yeah.
No, why?
You, Ghost Duchess. The head.
I'm gonna try and squint and get a better look at what Fadia is talking about.
There's
'Cause,
another ship in the distance. A ghost ship, battered and spectral like a wreck on the side of a rocky bluff.
It's definitely looking rough, but why do you think it's the Duchess?
Look at it. It's the Duchess. And then while she's doing that, Fadia's gonna try and stop the ship.
Okay? The ship will slow to a crawl.
Does the other
engines-
one?
The other one is not moving. It is floating dead in space. Can I get an investigation roll off of anyone here?
Yeah. I was definitely thinking that it was like a mirror ship, so it was gonna crash into us.
No, it is actually floating perpendicular to you.
Investigation
Oh.
16 plus.
14.
14. Mars, are you coming out on the deck as well?
Yeah, and I rolled a 19 altogether.
All right. And what'd you get, Fadia?
7.
7? Okay, so you're looking at this and you're more worried about slowing the ship down. The weird thing is, as you slow the ship down, it's like there's some type of internal inertia carrying it along. Not fast. And in fact, the ship's dampers will start to slow it down. Mars, looking ahead, you're going to see that that ship has no propulsion. It's floating in the air. But it has none of the same machinery whirring. It has none of the glowing bits and elemental paneling that the Duchess
It's just
does.
elevated.
It's just like floating in air, dead.
I'll say that to Fadia, being like, any of the mechanisms or magic or anything that moves this Duchess isn't present over there.
Huh. Fadia's gonna activate her starsight and
Okay.
see if anything is hiding on that ship.
Go ahead and make me a perception roll.
Okay. Oh my god. I'm spending my inspiration of the night because I rolled a 7. Oh, come on. And then I rolled 3. Okay, so 11. And
11.
I'll put determination on that.
All
So
right, sounds good.
16.
Okay.
Oof.
You can see there's something over there. That's for sure. On the deck, you see the outline of something that reads two things to you. It reads humanoid and undead.
Great. Absolutely wonderful.
Malia and
So-
Asen, are you coming on the deck as well?
Asen's gonna throw some clothes on real quick and grab her rifle and then head out on deck.
Okay.
I think with the ship slowing, that's gonna be enough to pull Malia out of meditation and kind of go.
Okay.
We can't be there already. And go kind of look around and notice what's going on, and then go out on deck to see what's up.
Kelly,
Yay.
Radiance doesn't have any kind of scope at all, does it? It's just regular rifle
Yep.
sights, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna have to change that at some point.
I don't think you know what a scope is. But so Fadia, what were you about to say before I was checking on everybody else?
So we got some humanoids and also some undead on there. It really is like a ghost ship.
As in, there are things that are humanoid and there are things that are undead, or there are things that are humanoid and undead, because those are two very different things.
Why there are things that are humanoid and there are things that are undead.
No, I said that they're humanoid and undead.
Oh, I thought you said a humanoid.
Nope. You were
And
seeing
there's also
something that
undead.
registers as it is on the deck of the ship, kind of over,
Okay.
just behind the helm.
Thank you. I misheard you.
It's okay. That's what I was clarifying.
Yeah, no, thank you. Humanoid and undead.
See, I don't really like that.
Nope. Nope.
Specifically,
Nope.
it registers dwarven. You're about 50 feet away from this ship.
Dwarven. Has anyone seen Malia? Is she still down there?
She was.
The door behind you is going to... And Malia will step onto the deck looking around at the strange sight before her.
Wait. There's another dwarf on this ship too. We need to find Cadmus.
Shit, Cadmus.
Mm,
is
yeah,
going
where is
on?
he? Faye is just gonna point to the ghost ship.
Mm-hmm.
We went through some weird lightning, and now everything's in grayscale. And there's a ghost version of the Duchess with some undead dwarf on there.
Can I head up to the front of the ship and do a perception check on this?
Question.
Absolutely. Yes.
Was there a dwarf in the previous Nothing Ventured?
There was not.
Okay.
You are 35 feet away from that ship.
That's gonna be a 29 for perception, Kelly.
Okay. You can get a good look at the Duchess's helm, where you can see what is left of a dwarven man wearing very tightly knit Orihhalcum ringmail. Clutching.
Does this look familiar at all?
It's hard to
Okay.
tell. Most of the flesh has been burned away. The armor is not familiar. But with that roll, you will see that there is a hand that is placed on the Duchess's, the ghost Duchess's, console. And on its forearm, you can see the brand that Cadmus has. on a patch of unburned skin.
She's gonna run back to the group and express that fact.
Right.
Okay.
Where did you say Cadmus was?
He went down below to check on something, and he told me that I needed to hold the panel open until he said I would know when to not hold it any longer, and that's the last I saw him. So let's go.
And are you still holding the panel?
Is the panel still open?
The panel's still open.
Fade's gonna go close the panel.
Okay, one moment, please. You're gonna hear...
Uh,
Oh, you fool! What are you doing closing the panel? I said I wasn't ready yet!
Fade opens the panel.
What are you doing? I'm not done working on the panel yet! I'm trying
Mally's
to
gonna
reroute
cup her hand.
auxiliary powder so we can get some more hot water. Mars keeps burning it all up.
Mally's gonna cup her hands to really emphasize and bellow down into the panel. There's a fucking ghost duchess.
With a ghost warforge.
That
At the helm.
seemed to be the signal, maybe.
Yeah.
No, the signal was gonna be a loud bang. If the signal was gonna be a ghost ship, I think I would have led with that.
Hey, Cadmus.
Get your hairy arse out here.
One moment.
hot water doesn't seem quite as important.
I'm kind of stuck. Look, I don't want to say anything, but the pipes are pretty tight down here. It's gonna take me a few minutes to wriggle out.
I'll come help, I guess. And he's gonna wild shape into something that can squeeze down there and can help push him out.
Okay, you can. A rat will be able to do it. Centipede, a spider.
I'm thinking maybe an air elemental.
Okay, so you so you'll see that Cadmus has kind of like stripped down into his underwear to be able to fit among these pipes.
If Fada sticks her head in, can she see into the ship?
Make me a perception roll with disadvantage.
Okay, because I may have something to help with Cadmus over there. With a disadvantage, that's a 5 and a 2, so that's a 3 for Fadia.
You can see his foot.
That'll work. I'm gonna cast Reduce on him.
What are you doing?
Cool. That makes him a lot easier to pick up and push.
Hey, hold on, my clothes are back there. I need to grab my clothes.
I will send a tendril of air out to grab the clothing and throw. Basically, I'm going to yeet him out, and then I'm going to throw the clothing right on top of him.
All right, little 2 foot tall Cadmus or a little foot tall Cadmus is going to hit the deck.
It's a quarter. He shrinks a quarter of his size.
So he's a foot because he's about 4 feet tall normally.
Yeah.
So he's about 11 inches, soaking wet, and it's going to look up at you.
Don't look. Look, the tool belt seems to hang on stuff, so I just kind of go in when I need to. Also, it's pretty hot in there. I'd send Mars in, but I know she'd fuck it all up. No offense.
I just want to have Cadmus in this high-pitched voice for the rest of this episode.
Hey, you've got a minute.
No, I've got... Oh, yeah. Concentration up to a minute. Damn. Thought it was an hour.
All right, what seems to be the problem?
We have
Points
a
to the ghost ship.
out there, and at the helm is a ghost dwarf with your brand.
Another outcast.
I would like to float ominously behind him.
Yes. I suppose we should probably check it out then.
Also,
Yeah.
Cadmus, next time, explain the signal. Because, boy, a lightning beam that then we've sailed through seemed pretty fucking obvious for a signal, not a fucking loud bang.
Well, it seems like after our little trip to Rochanan, you know something about a loud bang.
And he's going to run behind Mars's legs.
Oh, he didn't.
He'd hide behind Malia, but he needs the height advantage for hiding.
I can make you
Wait.
smaller.
Is he thinking that Malia is not like taller?
Then Mars?
He's also 4 foot.
Well, no, he's only 11 inches tall right now.
Yeah, so he should be able to hide behind her.
Yeah, but Mars was closer.
Fair.
All right. So, what are you all doing?
As the spell, before the spell finishes, Fadia would cast Mage Hand to pick him up by his tidy whities and just like
he
pop
weighs
him somewhere
far
else.
more than 5 pounds. However, I will give you a single roll. Ready?
Uh-huh.
I wanted to wreck so bad.
Me too.
Well, something works because you are going to cast that spell, and you are going to hear
His undies.
as Cadamus's tidy whities start floating away on a half spectral hand.
Oh, for fuck's sake! What are you doing?
I would like to toss his clothing on him.
Malia, you gonna let them do this to me?
How about we deal with the ghost ship?
All I have to say is it's normally bigger. Although it's not the
I'm
size
actually
that
gonna
counts,
agree
it's
with
how you use
Malia
the
on
tool.
this one. Sometimes it is the size that counts.
I'm not gonna say anything.
Ghost ship.
So you're going to hear goo, 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 as he grows back to normal size. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Yeah, right.
And he's going to slide his overalls back on. You and I are going to have words later.
Who's he pointing to?
You.
Okay, I didn't know.
You owe me a new pair of briefs. Those were pair of rogues. They're expensive.
Huh.
They've got a pouch that cups the jewels. And
Oh, I
moisture
can attest to
wicking.
how nice those are, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had the same ones.
Yes, I'm using pair of rogues instead of pair of thieves. I'm going.
Yes, I know. Yes.
Actually, still comfy too. Anyways, ghost ship.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go. What do you all do? The ghost ship drips ahead of you. And in fact, since you've been arguing, there is suddenly a as you begin to butt up against it.
Has there been any reaction from the undead dwarf at the helm? Or are they just kind of like...
Just lying there next to the side of the console.
Tia would like to just fly over, hop over. Because, you know,
Okay.
that's something she can easily do.
All right.
Just kinda
If it hasn't been stated in a while, Fadia's gonna just top up on mage armor because I don't know how long it's been since we last started the day. So Fadia's just gonna top up on mage armor on herself.
Okay. Sounds good. Anything else that you're doing? Okay. So, taking a look over at the ship, what are you doing, Tia? How are you investigating it?
Tia is trying to be relatively quiet and trying to just get a sense of what's there. I mean, we've had the undead dwarf pointed out, but I think she's just kind of looking, get a sense of what's there.
As you get a sense of it, you lean over, and one moment, please. Perfect. As you hover over, you'll see that the ship has taken an incredible amount of damage. I want you to make me an investigation roll.
Well, that's going to be a 10.
You will definitely be able to see that this has been struck by numerous spells, and what appears like a great amount of incredibly white-hot fire.
I would like to try and be somewhat stealthy with this, too.
Please, go ahead. Is anyone else heading over? You're basically kind of rubbing up against the top of it. It's a 20-foot drop onto the top deck from here.
Does it look like it's like sturdy? Like you can put your hand out on it and you'll feel it?
Yeah,
That's what
it
I'll
looks
do.
like. There's actually a grinding noise as the side of the ship rubs up against it. That horrible of wood on wood. It's going to strip
Okay.
off some of the paint. Cadmus is going to have to fix that later.
I'll try taking like a few steps off of our ship onto that ship.
Okay. Make me an acrobatics roll to jump to that one.
Okay.
11.
11. You jump. And Fadia, what are you doing? You said
Yeah, I think Fadia's going to also head over there.
Okay. Make me an acrobatics roll. Mars,
Oh my gosh.
what'd you get?
9.
9? Okay. Mars and Fadia, you both brace yourselves to jump. And Fadia, you actually stumble a little as you step trying to find a good place to land. And both of you are going to make a fairly ungraceful leap to the deck. And then find that you float. As if Featherfall had been cast on you.
Oh.
Almost
Ooh.
weightlessly onto the deck. You take no damage. And the 20-foot fall takes almost 4 seconds.
Fadia.
Yeah.
This is weird.
Yeah, just 1 second. I'm quickly looking at my spells.
Can I do like an insight or something just to like get a vibe check?
Of home and kin. A voice begins echoing over the deck. Yes, you may. Now
Which one would you
lost
prefer it be?
Within. I'd prefer, you can do insight or you could do arcana. Our mountain halls, once proud and tall, now lay abandoned, silent all.
I only rolled a 7, so for either of those, it's not a good number.
Okay. The corpse begins shifting on the deck and looks at you. And anyone who was at that karaoke night the other night will recognize what sounds like Cadmus's voice if centipedes had been eating his larynx, singing that dwarven dirge. And he turns his head, and you'll see that one of his eye sockets has been completely fused shut by fire, and the other one, a spider crawls out of the ruined eye socket. He turns and looks at you. There wasn't time to save them all. And beneath, into the halls. And then the body will slump against the console.
Aeson is standing by with her rifle readied on the deck of the Duchess.
Sounds good. Malia, you are the only one that has not come over, except for Asen, from where she's kind of standing, keeping an eye.
I think, yeah, just kind of trying to look and figure out what's going on here.
Sounds good. Cadamus is standing next to you, looking down at this scene in front of you, and is going to go, nope, 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 nope. This is, you know, Lass, I love you, but this is where I draw the line. I'm not going near my own corpse.
I'll do it.
Yeah, that's kind of creepy. Isn't that the song you were singing the other day, too?
Hey. It's the dirge of the deep. Mars, you said you are headed toward the body. Would you like me to make me an investigation roll? Would you like to loot Cadamus?
Press X to loot. Press X to loot.
Would you like to press X to loot Cadamus's corpse?
Now that we're closer, Fadia's gonna throw up her true sight or star sight again.
Okay.
Like if there's something animating the body or some sort of like weird spell scroll or something, like, I don't know, something more like that than just trying to pick his pockets. Oh my goodness. Stop. Woo! 21.
21. You are going to see that Cadamus's hand is completely, like, the one hand has his symbol on it, but the other that's clutching the console is completely burned down to the bone. And yet, there's a thumb ring. A golden band around his thumb bone.
And our Cadamus doesn't have anything like that.
He doesn't wear anything on his hands.
I tried to take a closer look at it without touching it.
It is a thick golden band.
Anything engraved on it?
Not on the outside.
I will try to then maybe wiggle it.
Okay. You can move it off. Fadia, looking at this body, it no longer is registering as undead. However, I'd like you to make me a perception roll.
Okay.
And I'll look at the inside of the ring to see if there's maybe a spell.
There's not a spell, but do you read Dwarven?
No.
There are Dwarven...
But I know who do.
Yep, there are Dwarven letters carved in.
Interesting. We should get Cadmus or Malia to read this, Fadia.
I think around that point, Malia is going to become curious enough that she wants to go down.
Okay.
And poke Cadmus and be like, you should stay visible, at the very least.
Oh, don't worry. I'm going to stay
Don't go
inside.
hide away.
I'm not going back under ship during this. I don't want to end up like that poor bastard.
And it definitely looked like Mars just floated down, right?
Yeah, Mars just jumped and, like, you could see her clothes drifting as she moved.
Malia's going to try jumping, and if it floats, great.
Okay,
If not, she'll
make me an
superhero
acrobatics roll.
landing. Acrobatics, you said?
Acrobatics.
Why acrobatics?
Because it's a jumping roll. It's a tumbling roll.
Can I just not, like, jump off the railing?
I want you to make me the roll just to see how much oomph you put into it.
Not very much at all. 5.
He's like, have you ever seen cats in space?
I don't like decks.
That sounds good. All right, you're going to jump, and you're going to kind of have a bit of trouble landing. You're going to kind of, like, tumble over as you hit, because you're not used to floating this kind of weightlessly. And you hit the ground, and the gravity's suddenly going to come rushing back at you as your feet touch the bow, and you're going to tip over and have to kind of scramble back to your feet.
Damn, floating. And she'll come up and kind of have a look at it. Join the others.
There's
what does this say?
So looking at it, there are Dwarven runes on the inside. Do you read them?
Inside of what?
Inside of a gold band, a gold ring.
Okay, because you said inside of it when I said about looking at the corpse, and I was like,
no.
what?
No, inside
No,
of
no,
the
I don't remember
inside
this
of the band.
description. What are we looking at here? Okay, she will look at what's inside the ring.
There is a date.
Okay.
8 years from today's date.
Okay.
And the words, a life of adventure.
Okay.
What does it say, Malia?
And it is designed in the traditional engraving along the outside of a dwarven wedding band.
Of course. Of course. Can she try detecting magic looking at this whole situation?
You can cast Detect Magic, yeah?
Yeah, she's going to.
Okay. Casting Detect Magic, there is a slight aura of abjuration around the ring. Probably a minor protection spell or a luck spell. But the most perverse thing, aside from all of your allies glowing, is the Duchess itself is not glowing at all. However,
all of our magic got negated.
all of your magic items are glowing, and the Duchess proper, the Ghost Duchess, is not glowing.
Okay.
However, you are going to notice something as well. Fadia, what did you get on your perception roll? I asked you for
16.
one. 16? You're going to see something moving through a hole in the cargo hold. And Malia, you are going to sense strong evocation magic radiating from directly beneath your feet. So strong it actually will pulse through the floorboards. Normally something that Detect Magic would not allow you to detect.
We're on the ghost ship? Or are we
You
on
are on the
ship?
It is on the ghost ship under your feet.
Okay.
I would like you to make me a I would like you to make me a an Arcana roll. Yes, Tia.
So before the corpse collapsed and Malia came over, he said something about in the halls below or something.
Yeah.
At that point, Tia is gonna turn and is gonna wander down into the depths of the Duchess.
Okay, that sounds good.
So she has missed all of this. She's not here. She is going to investigate, possibly searching for us.
Sounds good.
Oh.
All right,
But we don't
Malia,
know
what did you get on your Arcana roll?
18.
It is the aura that you have seen from the Thorn of Arcadia.
Where'd Tia go?
Wasn't she still back up on the Duchess?
No, she was the her air
wasn't she over
elemental
here?
form. She came down.
Oh.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
Yeah.
down beneath, Tia, your misty form heads under the deck, and you will hear tap, 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 as a door rattles. There's no wind, but it sounds like a door is blowing.
I mean,
It's
I'm
Asen's
wind.
room.
I'm being stealthy as much as I can.
Yep.
Would you like another stealth roll, or is
I
the
would
one
like
from
another
before
stealth
already-
roll, yeah.
Okay.
And where was Asen for this?
Asen is still on the deck of the Duchess, your Duchess, with her rifle.
Duchess.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm kind of just
Watching.
observing the situation. seeing what's going on and trying to take stock of things. And actually, while I'm doing that, Kelly, would I be able to maybe make a perception or some kind of roll to see if I notice anything happening on board that ship?
You make me a perception roll.
2 plus 11 is going to be a 13.
13? You don't notice anything immediately. But there is the strange smell of sulfur wafting up at you. Something's eerie over there.
She's gonna take a step on board.
Okay, make me an acrobatics. First time weightless.
Acrobatics, that's gonna be a 12 plus 9 is 21.
You are going to leap and tuck and actually overcorrect, leaping nearly 40 feet into the air. You are going to shoot past the ship. And as you look, Asen is going to float over the ship and start doing a circle around the ship as she is caught in its gravity well.
Oh my god, she's orbiting the ship!
Whee!
While she's orbiting, can she see anything untoward on the ship?
Yes, you can see that there is a hole in the belly of the ship where it looks like something massive has punched into the side that you, with your favorite enemy specialization, will recognize as dragon claws.
Ooh.
Ooh. Ooh.
Ooh. Is there any way that I can stop my orbit?
I will let you make me another acrobatics roll with disadvantage to try to kind of aim yourself and like swim through space.
Okay. If she can get to that hole, that's what she wants to try for.
Okay. Yep, Asen's always going after that hole.
Pretty much. Okay, I rolled 2 9s and I add 12 to that, so 9. So 21.
Okay.
Both die are 21.
Floating by, you're going to see there's a bit of debris, a bit of a destroyed hull that is floating around, and you'll be able to spring off of it, sending it off into the ether and you propelling toward the ship. But I'm going to head back to Tia because she's been very patient. So as you head toward the ship, Tia, you see this door ahead of you that is...
Yeah, and I got a 24 on my stealth.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. Moving closer, do you head inside?
I mean, keeping an eye out for anything that might jump out at me. Best I can.
The air is thick with death. Do you head into Asen's room?
Yeah, I think so.
The door.
I'm expecting zombie or skeletal Asen at this point.
There's a woman in Asen's room, slumped against the side of the window, down beneath it on the floor. As you flow over, you are glad that you are air, for the pool of blood that it spreads from her covers the entire floor. It is sticky, like molasses. However, as you look at her, you are going to notice some things. I want you to make me an investigation roll as you float over the body.
Dice are favoring me for this current brief blitz, as that's going to be a dirty 20.
Okay, dirty 20. As you float over it, you are going to see... This looks just like Asen, but different.
Older?
Much older. Hair is streaked with silver. Her skin hangs off of her bones. She must be. I mean, she's a half-elf. They live very long, but 60, 70, 100 years older?
Or something has...
Or something has aged her.
Yeah.
As you approach, you'll hear a whisper. He took it.
What gives elves their long life? Is it magic?
It is, in part, their long life. For one, they're just built different. Like, they're built to last by Treleon. But it is an inherent magic inside of their bodies that lets them live longer, yes. Theoretically, there could be a Thomnivore could take this out, yeah. I didn't know. She rasps.
Follow. Oh, so Aeson's the one's whispering.
Yes. And it's wheezing, and you see that there are multiple holes in her chest and throat. What did you get on your investigation roll?
20
something?
30,
As you look down, these holes have been burned through her. They're perfect cylindrical holes.
Like a spell or a...
With that investigation roll, they look very similar to the types of wounds left behind by her new toy.
Is there evidence of it around here?
It is not. The body will shudder slightly. Tia. Is that you? He took it, Tia. I didn't know what I had. None of us did. I should not have trusted him. None of us should have. Tia, is that you? He burned out my eyes. Man in black. He took everything.
I think Tia's gonna kind of just like shift forward and just very slightest brush against her hair. Like up at the forehead, just like a gentle...
The scalp will peel away like the flesh of a rotten fruit.
Oh. Hold hand, wind hand back, because that is deeply disturbing.
And the body will collapse. And in that moment, you will see something written in blood on the ground. A last message.
Mm-hmm.
It's written in the elven script. And it says... Well, actually, I have to ask, Aeson, would you reflexively write in Common or Elven?
Probably Elven.
Okay. Unforged. The word that elves use for unforged metal. A specific type of metal used against Faye. Maybe she's leaving you a clue on how to stop whatever's coming. Why else would she leave a message telling you to find cold iron? Meanwhile, on the deck, Mars, Malia, and Fadia, what are you doing?
Malia, while looking around for Tia, is going to explain what she's seen magic-wise below deck that looks like the Throne of Arcadia to evocation-wise, and going, maybe we should go down there and try and find Tia and not separate.
No, let's all stick together.
All right. Do you head down below deck?
Yes.
I want to just let Cadmus know what our plan is, and because if he's like freaked out or anything, that he knows where we are.
I'll keep watch up here, and if anything comes, I'll shout. Trust me, I'm going to shout. Are you going to be okay down there, Malia? And Mars and Fadia and Tia and Aeson.
Girl
Aeson
squad, yeah.
Just
We'll
floated
be good.
the fook off.
Hopefully fine. Wish us luck.
Good luck.
I'm trying to think if, like, dealing with undead, besides necrotic, do they tend to, like, attack with much other kinds of energy?
A lot of necrotic. That's the big one.
Yeah, okay.
I haven't really thought of this too much prior to now,
Mhm.
but can I have put my holy symbol on my shield
Yeah, totally.
so I can channel divinity with my shield?
Yeah, you absolutely can.
Nice.
Wonderful. Okay.
Basically, I was wondering, Kelly, about protection from energy, and it's things like acid, thunder, fire, lightning damage. So I'm wondering if
Necrotic is not something that can work against.
Yeah, no. I meant like protect, like if they did anything other than necrotic, Fate would potentially cast protection from energy on herself. But if they don't generally do, then she won't. Cause I was just wondering if my D&D brain would remember that, because I'm kind of dead right now.
Yeah, you can remember that totally.
Okay, so she won't do that then. But
It's also a reaction to cast that.
Also, Mally's
protection
gonna
from
kind of
energy?
back
I thought
and
it was.
forth.
No, it's an action.
Oh, okay.
And it's an hour. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna kind of look back and forth between like Fadia and Mars, trying to decide something. I think she's gonna remember what the hell that gravity well bullshit looked like not that long ago, and put protection from evil and good on Fadia.
Yup.
Nice.
Don't fucking get possessed and do that to me.
Especially since I have some bigger tools now in my shed from that last level up.
Okay. Who's heading in first from the three of you?
I'll go in.
Okay. Mars, do you jump
Good
down into the
sneaky rogue.
hole, or do you head through the door into the cabin?
Sorry, from the hole or through the door?
Yeah, do you head through the hole in the deck, or do you head through the door into the main, like basically how you would normally enter the ship?
Which one's closest?
They're about equidistant at this point. One requires a door, one requires a jump.
Well, jumping seems to be doing okay so far, so I'll try through the hole.
Okay. Jumping down through the hole that's been rent in the side of the cargo bay on top of the ship, you'll find that the landing is a bit more abrupt now that you're on the ship. It is like jumping almost normally. You'll hit the ground hard. And as you look around, your dark vision will catch that the inside of the ship has been completely ransacked. The walls are covered with singe marks and blood. And looking ahead of you, you are going to see... Let's find out what you're going to see. I'm going to roll for this. You are going to see, lying in the middle... Well, lying's not what she's doing. You will recognize a gorgeous, star-covered cloak. In the center of the cargo hold, where there's normally cargo netting, there are instead chains. And dangling from them, you will see... It looks like someone wearing Fadia's robe. Holding on to the chains, her back facing away from you, demurely.
Holding
Fadia's
onto the chains or being like held up by chains?
Are you going to take a closer look?
Yes.
Okay. Fadia and Mally, are you going to jump down?
Fadia's probably gonna take the door. Or
So-
if Malia looks like she's gonna go jump, Fadia will follow. But if like Fadia's gonna give Malia a look, being like,
Ellie's gonna jump because she's not leaving Mars on her own to get.
then
There it is.
Fadia will continue. Yeah, Fadia wanted to take the stairs, but yeah, it's like, okay, yeah, we should probably stick together. So Fadia will also jump.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
remember, Mars
Probably gonna
is
kinda have her
intelligent.
shield
she's
out
not
and ready.
wise.
Okay. So, as you head forward, looking there, you both are going to land, and you're going to see a faded, blood-soaked, profaned version of your row of shooting stars. Astride a figure of about the same shape as you, at least height. Mars, as you come closer, you will see that there are ceremonial hooks. Dozens of them, piercing flesh. And are you going to go around, basically the robe is holding open like a curtain, blocking your view
Yeah,
of the
thank you.
body.
Then yeah.
On the other side, it would be correct in some senses to say that Fadia is naked on the other side. You recognize the shape of her, but underneath the robe, it is not that she is unclothed, it is that her skin has been
Has
pulled
been ripped.
and splayed out like tremendous wings from her back,
Ugh.
connected only at the spine. Her flesh desiccated, raw and gray. There are hundreds of hooks holding the flesh open. And her eyes are wide and glittering. And she cannot move. There are so many hooks in her bones and flesh that she cannot move anything but those starry, glowy eyes that Fadia can turn on from time to time. And she will
But
turn
she's still alive?
She turns her eyes toward you. See it, she whispers. I can almost
See what?
see the beyond. I can almost see the truth of what I could have done to stop it. Mars, is that you?
Fadia? Fadia, you do not want to see this. Stay where you are.
I can't, Mars. I can see forever. Fadia's voice will say from the other side of the sheet.
Fadia has to look.
Make me a will save or wisdom save, please.
It's fine. I already figured she was gonna upchuck. So you know.
Who did this?
I mean, that's a dirty
Okay,
20.
you're going to be able to hold it. You're going to just, and as you say that, Fladia, as Amy is called in our private chat, is going to look at you.
Every time you say Fadia, I hear Fladia now.
Thank you.
Fladia is going to look over at you.
No!
And say, I did. I had to see how to stop them. And I can almost see the darkness. The ones who gave birth to the blackest stars. I should have known better when I saw the crystals. If they were returning, then so was the darkness. And then she will slump.
Oh, man. Fate is going to go whiter than she already is. And I think she's just gonna sit down for a second.
And I think that's where we're gonna cut down to Aeson climbing through the bows of the ship below.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And Aeson, as you start climbing through, you are going to feel like you're gonna start to drift away, and then a hand is going to grab you, fleshy and warm. Green skin is going to grab onto you and pull you up. What the hell are you doing down there? Come on, Aeson. Tia pulls you up.
Oh, Tia. Thank fuck.
Yeah, sure. This place is really weird. We shouldn't get separated.
It's extremely creepy.
Yeah, you don't know the half of it yet.
Have you seen anybody else on board?
I think I heard Malia this way.
Okay, sounds good. Let's go find her, I guess.
Sure. It's this way. You have your rifle?
Yeah, of course.
Good.
And she's gonna actually relax just a little bit.
And as Tia points down the hallway, you're not going to see, as she smiles at you and turns her head, the smile is going to split into a row of segmented teeth that wrap up into the corner of her eye socket. And then she'll turn back to you with a normal face. Let's get out of here as soon as possible. I want to get back to the Duchess. This is really, really creepy. And then she takes a step and walks into the lower levels of the Duchess.
Aeson's gonna follow.
Okay.
Because for all intents and purposes, she looks like...
Why did you go around by
like...
yourself? She says, looking over at you.
I went to go jump on the ship with everybody else. And I overshot and orbited the ship a bit, and I just I saw a hole in the bottom of the ship that I aimed for.
Oh. So everybody else is still up top.
I mean, I saw you go in as an elemental.
Yeah, well, I didn't want to risk getting sucked out into whatever it is out there.
I'm not surprised. I was literally orbiting this bloody ship. Everybody else was on deck last time I saw them. I don't know where they are now, though.
Good. I'm glad they're safe. They should probably stay out of here. I imagine
you
that Farah
doing
probably
down-
freaked out when she saw you fall.
Insight check.
Insight check. Let's do it.
Oh, thank God.
What'd you get?
I got a 19.
Okay, 19. She's going to open
So
the
a
door
22, sorry.
and turn and go, what? What's wrong?
She's gonna bring her rifle up just a touch. Be like, what was that? And she's gonna take a step back.
Fadia must have been freaked out to see you fly off like that. Make me another insight roll, please.
Yep. I was gonna say. That one is a 17 plus 3 is gonna be a dirty 20.
What's your charisma score, Amy? What's your deception?
Ooh, Tia's deception.
Tia's deception. What's Tia's deception?
Not brilliant.
I have a 16.
It is a +1 to whatever
Okay.
you got.
I didn't say Fadia, though, did I?
She's gonna take another step back and raise her rifle.
Asen. Things like that stopped being able to hurt me a long time ago. And as she
She's-
says that, eyes are going to open across her forehead and arms.
No way.
She's gonna pull the trigger.
Okay? There's going to be a horrible screeching noise as your gun goes and fires, and she is going to just splatter against the walls. And as it does, can I get everybody to give me a hand with this? High pitched, please. You'll see mouths open up at 10 different splattered pieces of her along the walls and laugh as they ooze through the cracks of the broken ship.
She's gonna scream.
Okay.
She is going to absolutely just scream.
Okay, you all are going to hear a scream in the bows of the ship. Tia, you are the closest to it, being an air elemental, but the rest of you could run that way if you'd like.
Oh, totally.
Yes.
Tia's absolutely gonna head that way, but definitely staying as an air elemental because, you know, safer.
Okay. Tia, flowing as an air elemental, you are going to... do you open a door, or do you just fly through the keyhole, blast it open?
Oh, she's just gonna go through the whatever crack is there.
Okay.
I can go through pretty much anything, I think. It's
Okay,
like
so
a-
you flow under the crack in the door, and you hear screaming coming from just on the other side of the mess hall. And in the mess hall, you are going to see a figure leaning over the mess table. Do you stop, or do you head toward the scream?
I want to slow down, but not stop fully.
Och, no, a soft voice says in Dwarven. Do you speak Dwarven?
I think Tia's learning. Not really, no.
It's a
if
Dwarven
there's any
prayer
major-
of death. You'll
Mm.
recognize the words for peace, sleep. And you'll see charred robes leaning over a table.
Leaning over something on the table.
Do you investigate?
I will, but
Lying.
stealthily.
As you move closer, all right. The stealth is going to be ruined, however, by the sound of people busting through as Mars, Malia, and Fady are going to be right on your tail. You got there first, but as you're floating around, you were going to be the first to see this. There is a dwarven figure leaning over the mess hall table in prayer, wearing charred robes. Her flesh is burned down to the bone, and the hood is up, so you cannot see any features. But she is praying, you think, or at least trying to set this person to rest. And very simply, you see the person on the table is under a cloth. The head is shaped strangely, though, as if protuberances come out of the side of the scalp, like horns.
Then I think Tia's gonna actually move up right into view in front, like move around to go in front of this figure. Like fully expose herself.
The
Just,
raspy, fire-burned voice is going to say, "Hello, Tia," in a slightly feminine voice that you'll recognize probably as Malia's. We were wrong. We were wrong to ever trust. We shouldn't have put our faith. We were wrong to trust.
I think Tia's gonna make a motion down towards the figure.
By all means, pay your last respects. And then, Fadia, Mars, and Malia are going to burst in, and Aeson is going to scream and probably bolt. And the door to the underdeck is going to smash open, and you all are going to Scooby-Doo into each other. Right next to this mess hall table.
Aeson's gonna pick herself up and run.
Mally's gonna try and catch her because fuck you not running away from us.
Aeson! It's us! Not... What? What happened? You screamed.
Do I have any idea what that could have been, Kelly?
You have no idea. You can make me an Arcana roll, perhaps.
Okay. That's a 13. I add 9.
Okay.
So 23, 22.
The closest thing that it reminds you of is a gibbering mouther. A creature.
Gibbering mouther?
Yep, it is a creature of vicissitudish flesh that warps and tries to eat everything around it while making horrible screams to disable its enemies. They basically look like big mountainous piles of flesh that scream and have hundreds of mouths. It's like the Thing.
Okay.
But this is worse.
If you say that, Aeson's gonna take a step back and raise her rifle.
Okay. And the rest of you are going to see that there is an air elemental standing right in front of a burned dwarven, a burned hooded dwarf, who is holding a vigil for a body on a table.
And if I could, I would love to be able to like reach some tendrils down and pull back.
And as Aeson raises her rifle, and you all are just paused going, whoa, whoa, a sheet is going to be pulled back, and you will see Mars's corpse. Looking very much like Mars does now.
Oh, man.
That's why I didn't want us to get separated.
Yeah, we
Huh.
never did want that, did we, Malia?
Mason, I can show you myself.
I still have detect magic up. Am I
Yeah.
seeing anything?
Wait on hooks.
Here, you are not. Although you are seeing the aura of the Thorn of Arcadia in the air elemental.
Okay, that is definitely Tia.
And once she looks at the air, because she recognized the air element, she knows that's what Tia went over there as. She'll slowly lower her rifle again.
Who are you?
A fool who put their faith in the wrong people.
Oh.
We always
Okay, well,
too trusting. And the body is going to turn, the figure is going to turn and look at you. And as it does, this dwarf is burned to the point where she looks like, honestly, a toasted marshmallow. Those like tiny little, I'm talking like the worst parts of Anakin Skywalker. The little, like, no, the crispy black. Everything is burned down to just black, like confetti. And as she turns like confetti, it will begin to dissipate in the wind of Tia's motion. Trust no one. And she will collapse into a pile of ash.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the word of the creepy fucking copy of me on the creepy fucking ghost ship at face value. I think I'm gonna trust the people who came over with me. On that note, why did you scream, Mason?
Yeah.
Besides, obviously the dead bodies.
Okay. I didn't actually even see any dead bodies. So I jumped over to the ship, overshot, and went around the bottom. And there's a big hole in the bottom, like dragon claw size hole in the bottom of the ship. And I was able to get a hold of it and grab the edge, and then Tia helped me out. Warm, breathing, green, living Tia.
The emotionless expression of the air elemental as the head just kind of tilts in a, what?
She helped me up. And then,
Wait,
you know,
It was good enough to fool you quickly.
Yeah.
And it looked like Tia. We need to go back to the ship. Travis is by himself.
With broken underwear.
Wait. Has anyone seen Asen? Like dead Asen? Corpse Asen? Do we know that that's not the fake Asen right there?
Hands raised.
Okay, cool.
What the fuck is dead Asen?
There's dead versions of all of us.
Is anybody looking down at Mars?
I think the thing when
Mars will look at Mars.
I mean,
Mars?
he's right there, kind of like looking down and like.
You look battered and bruised. Still as youthful and beautiful as you are. But covered in ash and blood and bruises. And your body is mostly pristine. Except for a single deep cut that pierces the center of your chest. A single stab wound to the heart.
Oh.
And as you look down, you are going to hear echo from outside, one of the warning horns of the Duchess.
Oh, we gotta get going.
I would like for Tia, looking down at Mars's body with Mars, to kind of reach out and sort of just like motion to like the chest area, kind of like inquisitively, sort of where the shards usually lie on the pendant. Kind of. That's where she's like checking.
Like the sternum.
Like, is that roughly where it is, kind of?
Yeah, it's like long chain. Sorry, what?
That's what she was asking.
Oh. Yeah, so it's like it's a longer chain, so like it can be tucked into her clothing more.
Yeah.
So it's not just like sitting there.
But we know that Mars wears it.
Mm-hmm.
So she's looking down at the body and she's sort of looking, trying to check where the stab wound is.
It's
Just
right near there.
Noted.
All right. Are you all racing back to the deck?
Mm-hmm.
As you do, you are going to hear something. Bursting out onto the deck of the ship, you are going to see a horrible sight. A young red dragon lands on the side of the ghost ship. Lets out a gout of flame. Cadamus, holding his axe up, is going, all right, I don't know what the fuck you're doing here, but... fuck. And as the dragon lets out another gout of flame, you are going to hear, shh, quiet, Chica. As its rider, a thin-nosed Githyanki woman, is going to pull back a silver visor, astride in silver armor studded with large red gems. She looks down at you. Skaket! What are you doing here? Fools! On a ghost barge?
Oh.
You would be wise to re-enter your own vessel and depart before the astral breach closes and leaves you stranded in the sea.
Noted. We are on our way.
Thank you.
Fool infidels invading the astral sea. I should have left you here.
There was a creature on there that apparently can mimic one of us.
Then you have an interesting future indeed. You are in the realm of infinite possibilities. The Shard of Future.
Okay.
You have seen one probable death.
No, I mean the creature that was running around imitating us.
There are many deaths. Not all of them require you to die. Tia, make me an insight roll.
And because I have a feeling, I'm gonna throw my determination into this too.
Okay, sounds good.
Oh, what balls? You said it was insight?
Insight, yeah.
That's a 13 total, not brilliant.
You are going to flash back to seeing Soph and the deer with all of the eyes splitting into multiple shapes and the blessing of Soph that you received. No one should know this much about their own future. Especially not any mammals like yourself.
All right.
I recognize you from the tales.
The tales.
You are the ones who met my mentor inside of the temple. At Valimar.
Wasn't it you guys?
Yeah. Yeah. It was.
Eleanor's been coming up a lot.
Yeah,
Get
we
back to your ship.
definitely met
That's key.
a bunch of
Get on with it.
yeah.
All right, we're going.
Aeson's gonna bolt back onto the ship.
And remember the name of Vash. Zasul. I will be very famous someday. You have my word. And with that, she will put the spurs to the dragon.
If you're gonna be famous, can I get your autograph?
Make me a persuasion roll.
Oh,
Go Mars!
Yeah, 20.
You got a nat 20.
No!
The dragon is going to veer in midair and on the side of the actual Duchess, crashing down, bending some of the banister as it crashes down. A punch.
Is some of the banister on the ghost Duchess look like that?
It looks similar. Yeah, it looks like a dragon got a hold of that too. Smaller, or this is a smaller dragon. This is only a young dragon.
Oh, great. Lovely.
okay. So here you go.
I am Zasul, master of the Kresh, general of the Githyanki.
Very nice.
Or I will be someday soon. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must go back on my hunt. By the night's end, I will be Githyan. Come, Zasul. She pats the side of the dragon, who will let out a huff of steam and roll its eyes. And then the two of them will take to the sky again.
Okay. Cadmus, you good, buddy?
My banister. Just
Let's
painted
You know what? Cadmus will get a fresh coat of paint on it as soon as we leave the Astral Sea.
that. All right,
think-
back.
Tia's going to essentially just like spiral back down into her humanoid form. Any ideas how we get out of here?
Like most problems, I'm gonna put it in reverse.
Yeah.
Solid
Right.
first try.
I could use some help navigating.
Aeson will go up on the back deck.
Okay. Can I get survival rolls off of people?
Yes.
Survival.
Sure.
Survival. Let's do a group survival roll to try to navigate the ship.
Sure.
Oh my god, I'm sorry, guys. Nat 1.
Nat 1.
No. So yeah, I'm only adding 9 to that.
That's okay. I'm adding. What's 11 plus 12? That's 23.
11
That's
plus 12 is
better.
24.
20.
And
You're
I'm
holding this up.
contributing a 19.
A 19. Okay. And what'd you get, Malia?
A dirty 20.
A dirty 20. So that's 1 success, 2 successes. All right. So,
Yeah, Fadia,
Killing
me,
it,
you.
guys. Guys, we're killing it. Just
All right.
like all of us. All of us are team players.
I mean,
slowly,
they might be killing us.
over the course
Yeah,
of
Let me just
the
write my name at the
entire
top of the assignment, please.
Sladia.
over the course of the entire night, it takes you almost 3 hours with that failure to backstep, making your way to the edge of that breach. And once again, you will hear the sound of the air shuddering around you as you shake and make your way through, once again arriving on the other side. And as you leave the terror and reality behind you, you can see the mountains of Orkesh in the distance. The sun is coming up. Well, that sucked.
You can say that again.
I cursed us.
Why do you think it was a curse?
Do you think that was really like a potential future?
We keep having weird ass random shit happen to us on the regular basis.
Oh, yeah, no, I thought that was just part of life as an adventurer. But my question is, who were they warning us about?
And I think that is where we're going to call game for the night.
Yeah.
I have some ideas.
Happy Spoopoween!
Not good.
Did you enjoy that, Winter?
That was so
Happy start of
good.
spooky season.
That was so good. Holy fuck.
So a man in black, huh?
Yeah, Johnny Cash.
Trusted him.
You guys said you wanted lore drops, so I gave you like 17 lore drops.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Oh, I have theories about some of this stuff, especially related to Fadia and the backstory we've talked about. I have very, very bad ideas. It's not good. It's really bad.
I love being able to predict how you guys will react to things too. I think it's one of my favorite things as a dungeon master storyteller is that I also love that you played into it, especially Kat. I love that you played into the whole like, yeah, this is Tia.
I love that. Thank
Well,
you.
obviously.
Right? But yes, those were some potential worst endings for your characters. Or potential endings that are going to happen to your characters. Who knows?
Who knows?
knows?
Possible. When you started
Oh
doing
my
the thing and
God.
talking about the mouth splitting and then like the eyes, I was like, yeah, yeah,
right? You're
the
just going,
fucking deer with way too many eyes,
With way too many eyes!
too many
God.
legs.
I
Not
love...
that many eyes or legs.
I really want to encourage, by the way, anybody who's watching this and who is a dungeon master or is trying to get into stuff, if your players are down with it, use things like that where you describe things that the character cannot see, but the player can see, because there's no downside to this. Because Kat just has to pretend like she doesn't know about it, and it just makes things worse. And it's
so good.
Yeah, using cinematic
Yeah.
language is something that I didn't used to do when I was younger, and I really wish that I had.
Oh, I have a question, Kelly.
Well,
Yeah.
And it's the consent. Like it's by you serving that. Then Kat is agreeing to go along with it, and then there's just this joint of like it's the player and the DM doing this to the character together. It's not the DM doing this to the character. This way is just like it's both of you agreeing we're bringing the character into this thing, but like it's really cool.
Holy
Like it's
fucking Jesus Christ.
so spooky. Oh my god. Oh.
What were you sorry, Kat, Winter, what were you guys gonna say?
So I was gonna ask, because I took the ring. As soon as we got off that ship, did it just like disintegrate? Like fall apart, turn into dust?
Nope. I'll say you still have it. Add it to your inventory.
Sweet.
Oh no! Oh, this is a paradox. Oh no!
It's from the astral realm. Anything can happen out there, especially in my version of the astral realm. Kat, what were you saying? Are you spooked?
Oh, no movie I've ever seen has had me that creeped out that effectively. My
That's a great
entire
compliment.
body is sore from tensing up. And just the phenomenal wording and way that entire thing was structured was beautiful beyond words.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. I hope everybody
I'm
enjoyed
so
it.
glad I left the
everybody-
wedding early.
I'm glad you left the wedding early too. Because you were not going to be part of this. They were definitely going to find your body, but you were going to be missing, like, listening
I
from
am
it.
so glad that I was here tonight. My God. And that was also the first time that Asen has ever reacted like that to any situation before.
It's true.
It like shook her to her core.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
shook.
What's interesting here is that Tia's the only one who... Okay, well, I guess Asen didn't see her own dead body, but was forced to acknowledge that it happened.
Yeah.
Tia didn't really have to.
This is true.
Which I think is kind of interesting.
It is interesting. Tia will live forever in some form.
No, probably not.
The chat is bringing up a really funny thought that if Kat earlier didn't make such a good roll when she was having her mushroom tea, she could have been just having a very great time on this very haunted ship.
I could have just had this all be a hallucination of that was my other one, was that it was going to be a dream sequence just to be that guy.
I honestly, for a little bit there, I was honestly thinking you were gonna say that, and then Ace, and you hear a knock on your door and it brings you out of your meditation.
I think it's perfect that it wasn't, because that makes it even more scary.
Until I decided to throw a gith in. The gith is what cemented it, because I'm like, I have a list of gith swear words here that I was like, don't look up what I said. I said bollocks many times.
I love that callback to Vale and the running into the gift there. That was great.
But also,
that was great.
His first actual introductions as introducing herself as a queen.
Right.
Yep.
Well, also,
that was great.
If her mentor was there, when is she from?
Yeah, that's a very good question.
I guess we'll have to find out in the future, but that's where I'm going to call game tonight, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please, if you like this episode, join the Patreon, damn it. Go to patreon.com/dorktales to see a bunch more stuff and to get spooked, because we're about to run Old Gods of Appalachia this weekend, which means it should be up around next Monday or Tuesday. I also have more Demon the Descent that is going to be dropping very soon. I'm going to probably drop a lot of it this month, just to get it out of the way and to share the love with you, as well as some Alien Destroyer of Worlds, maybe. There's a lot of stuff coming out of the Patreon in the next week. I'm a little behind just because it's been a lot with traveling down to the States to visit my mom. I really appreciate you being patient while all of this great stuff comes out. You can join the likes of our wonderful divine producers, my mom, who I just saw last week. Hi, Mom, how's it going? Who just has decided to let me do all the hard work making gods. And also our brand new divine patron, Professor Multiverse. Professor Multiverse, welcome, and thank you for the god stuff you sent me. I will be including them very shortly. I almost dropped a hint of them tonight, but I thought I'd wait a little bit to make it a little more meaningful. I also want to thank our demonic producer Precarious, who's never precarious, as well as our Wizards of the Patreon, Tammy the Forever Cleric and the Ink Goblin, and also our High Council of the Patreon, Taryn, Buddy, Amberthist, Raven with Baubles, Karasha Urquhart, Chef Eladeth, Larouk, Sorcerer Sanguine, and Mike Baxter. You're all wonderful. I love you so much. Thank you for being here. And for everybody else who's on the Patreon, you guys really make life happen. You are wonderful. Please come back tomorrow night, because there is, it's like 95% chance that Jen is well enough that we're going to be doing Dragonlance. So come back, watch Dragonlance. It's going to be not spooktacular. It might be some spooky stuff. You never know. But thank you so much for all of your support. Visit Bookwyrm Games. Use code DorkTales there or on Bones Coffee to save 10 or 20% respectively. And thanks so much for everything. Really do appreciate it, and we'll be back soon with more Shards of Nyrn here on Dork Tales. Good night, everybody.
Night.
All right, let's raid somebody. I need to raid somebody.
I'm just looking.
Someone.
There's a group called Sir Nerp. That sounds great.
How do you spell it?
SERNURP.
I think the last game that had me this
spoop
vibing on the edge of my seat, not necessarily the spoop, was the Measure of Elves.
Oh man, I love it, and I love you, and you. Good night, everybody. Let's go raid them.